That's a no. They can say.
All right, make them see us. That's
It's one of these
wide
buttons.
cam. It says wide cam.
Ultra slate. Whoop. Oh, okay. I'm spoiling spoiling the stuff later on. There we go. We got wide cam. We got host cam. We got PC cam. We got everything.
Hello,
We got patch
Right.
count upstream.
guys. This is this is the highest tier production value we can bring for this. I think.
Yep.
Gods will be producing. This is back in the day. And we don't actually have a plan, so we're just gonna wait for the patch. And Ben will be on later, right? At least I hope so.
You're asking me.
He retweeted it.
Oh, good. Would retweet be considered confirmation in your book?
I think so, because he wouldn't retweet it if he wasn't gonna come, right?
Did Sumail retweet it when he no-showed?
No, he actually didn't. He retweeted it when he did show. So, and I actually feel like his no-show made it so that he felt like he had to do that next one.
And if he hadn't no-showed, he probably wouldn't have retweeted it too.
Yeah,
So he felt extra bad because of that.
We actually don't have a count. We don't actually know. We needed something that goes up, right? Because we know it's today. We just don't know what time.
Oh yeah, we can. Would you want to start it at 10 o'clock?
Unlike last time, we're actually not sure when the patch is going to be. They said they can't hear you, by the way.
Can't hear me.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Or too quiet. They say you're too quiet.
I can
You're at the
up
top.
my mic. I don't know.
Whoa.
How is that too
Is
loud?
that too loud? Is that too loud?
Move my mic a bit closer. You can hear me, okay?
I can hear you because I'm next to you.
Yeah.
I can hear your
you've
normal
got,
voice.
You know, these are somewhat noise muffling.
All
You
right,
can
we
tell
have
if the noise
300
is coming through
viewers.
your ears.
Let me just say, I want to call in the Caps thing.
Okay.
Can we call in? Message that asshole.
Let me see. I forgot.
Until Ben gets here, let's call in and talk. As a tournament organizer, the most important one on the circuit, I really feel like we should have our say.
Yeah, we had our one big prestigious minor. Forget ESL, PGL running their 3 majors.
No. Shh.
We've got Summit.
There's no other event. I didn't see that event. It was streamed on some other platform. I have no idea.
Never heard of them.
All right.
We'll see if we can get Cap to call us in. Have you got big expectations for the patch?
Yeah, actually. I think it's going to be huge. First of one of these new patches for 6 months. It's got to be big, right? Maybe we should make that 8.08. It's going to go up 1.1.
8.0. Oh, you think it's going to be 8.0?
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking
8.0. It's going to
think
keep going up by one number every 2 weeks.
I was thinking it's going to be like 707, like F or something. We might have to, like, draw over some of these balloons.
You think it's going to be 7.07F?
I don't know. What letter are we at? For
No, it's got to
707?
go up 8. It's going to be 8, I believe.
You think it's going to be a big patch?
It's going to
Every
be
2
9.
weeks.
I think it's going to be 9. It's going to go up 2.
TI is playing on patch like 17.
It's going to be on 2.
They would have patch 17.3.
Did you know that today is the 4-year anniversary of Zephyr winning? Today.
Nexon.
They
Wow.
won Nexon
Okay.
today,
That
4 years ago.
that was not
February
with Ben, though.
15th,
That-
2014.
Ben
Ben was on that team.
He was.
He was on the team that
original?
won. Today, 4 years ago.
Nice.
Celebrate his greatest achievement in Dota. The next,
It is. his
no one's
greatest
ever done
achievement,
that other than that team, you know?
No, there was other
So.
Nexon champions, weren't there? There were several. But yeah.
What
That
what are we gonna? What did he say anything? Are we gonna?
I'm unsure. He did not reply.
He didn't reply. Oh no. Okay, I gotta.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to poke him.
Contrary to what this looks like, we actually spent a lot of time preparing this.
Yes.
It was immediately after CS Summit, and we what the hell is?
We put a lot of thought and care into all of our broadcasts here at BTS.
This is a secret balloon. We're not gonna. That's what we're giving to Merlini for his parting gift. So.
He's not here, luckily.
Oh, he's not here yet. Okay, we'll just keep it. This is like for his career. It's black. Day of mourning.
Is there just a little star tied to it?
Yeah.
That's cute.
All right, we're ready to call in. Let's
Should I just give him, I guess he's already in a call, so
He's
he
in a
needs to add
call.
us. So Ben's coming by later?
Ben will come by later. We get to see him one last time. If you know Ben and you're his friend and you have him on Skype and you want to call in and say something to him, we're willing to handle that, right?
Sure.
Because I think Jacob might call in.
Okay.
Will might call in.
We can set up a Discord or something and just have people drag people in or something. Right?
Sure.
I don't know. BTS Discord.
It's got to be
there
on.
we go.
It's got to be on your thing though.
Yeah.
If you want to set
Oh,
that up.
I'm on that. We got the BTS Discord, official BTS Discord. Anyone can join. Oh.
Cap's calling me. He's calling
I
the wrong
hear
person.
Hear the phone.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
So do you think this will be Ben's last time on?
This is
camera
the last
on a
time we're
Dota
gonna see
stream?
Ben ever. He's gonna be gone.
Do you think he'll actually just never be on a Dota cast ever again after that?
I don't know. I don't actually.
Is it like
But
you know, like
I
players
know
retire,
for the
so-
near future, he is serious about this. Ben is not the kind of guy that's just
Oh,
gonna
I
come
agree.
back.
All right, I think we're.
A very short period of time. That's why, like right now,
Can we give them camera?
to me,
They can hear us, right?
Oh, hey, no.
yes.
Shit.
To me, right now, there's a clear top 4, and then the rest is largely subjective, and that's fine.
Hello, tournament organizers.
Hello.
I've got Huffid and David Gods Parker joining us now. I know Huffid, you've been watching the whole podcast.
I haven't been watching. I don't know what you guys are talking about. What are you guys saying?
Yeah.
Right now they're just talking about shuffles, but if you had anything to say on the tournament format and all the nonsense that Kyle was spewing, if you had anything to say about that, I would very much appreciate it.
What did Kyle say?
What do you mean? There's a lot that was said. You should have been paying attention.
Kyle said a lot at this point.
I didn't. The thing is, Summit actually is like Summit legitimately makes a format intentionally weird and terrible, and it's still better than their competition. Okay, so I don't really have much to blame. Like they don't.
You
give
didn't
a
like our
fuck.
9-team format?
No, that's what I mean. The 19. It wasn't great, but it's still better than
Like the most
fucking BO1.
backhanded compliment I've ever heard.
Well, they know it's a 9-team tournament.
I don't think we made that format with the intent for it to be,
So
tournament integrity
Exactly,
was
that's
not
my-
a consideration.
that's my point.
Kyle
Why
said
is
that
it
they
still
would play in our
better
tournament if we
competitively?
invited BSJ because they wanted to get him more exposure for complexity.
Okay.
Because
Genius.
BSJ is the number one reason the Dallas Cowboys bought that org, I think.
Honestly, what I think you guys should do next time is make it like the NBA All-Star Game format, where you just invite a bunch of players and pick captains. We just take teams and play the event.
Funnily enough, we were actually developing that concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, you laugh, but we were trying to get the Alliance and Navi rosters so that they would actually play again, and
You
we'd
guys are
repick
just
the
gonna
teams.
Do a bunch of throwbacks.
Yeah,
Try
that
and
was
get the
actually
team
what we were
TK,
gonna do. We were gonna get
Come back together.
the old MYM roster,
Yep.
the TI3 Alliance roster, the TI3
Oh my
Navi
God,
roster,
the memes.
Speed gaming.
Wow.
Speed Gaming. RTZ would have to play against himself, right? It'd be RT
Makes
like
sense.
Yeah. We're gonna get like
It'd-
the
it'd
old
be-
Team DK and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like,
Man, as with so many things, Dota, you guys are idiots, but you are
Right,
my
we are
kind of idiots. I love it. God.
were you a fan of our format, Alan? Did you like the 19?
I thought it was, it's one of those things. I actually thought it was a very viable format for one event. I don't. It's not a format that I would necessarily like to see copied, but I think it made sense. The only thing I didn't like about it, I generally don't like formats where teams choose their opponents. But that is, again, that's something a lot of the players like and ask for. So I think it was fine.
David, from your perspective as both talent as well as a tournament organizer, one of Kyle's biggest complaints was the fact that he did not like GSL, and he did not like the fact that there was very few games that a team like SG would come in. And so what he wants out of these tournaments is to be able to run big group stage, like two big, like 2 groups of 8 or one big group of 16 where you do like a bunch of best of ones and best of twos, and you've got like 4 or 5 different streams all going on at once, and you just have a shit ton of matches all the way through. So all the teams get to play a whole bunch for every single one of these majors, basically.
So like what TI
Do you-
does, kind of.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
It doesn't have to go fully TI, but just more games. I just think that the
16-hour
max
days.
number of games. If you're gonna be somewhere for 2 weeks, it's 30 hours away from your home. I think you should be guaranteed more than 3 games. That's all.
Oh, you're talking
think
about for the LAN formats, not for the
I-
qualifiers. I was hearing like
Yeah.
this is what you want qualifier formats to
we're-
be.
No,
were complaining.
qualifiers can be simple as long as they're seeded properly. The problem is none of these organizers actually seed their qualifiers right. I actually liked what the Summit did for their last one, where they put the 2 teams, like they put us and Immortals directly into the semis, they had like all their tier 2 invite open players, like they played a series, and then it's just okay, semis go play. Versus, as an example, Epicenter, where we have GSL group stage, so double elimination group stage into double elimination, and it's just like, well, why?
Yo, what's the
That's
deal with
that's
those
the
groups though?
problem.
Like, are those organizers just clueless and don't watch Dota? Like, how does some of those groups
I don't
happen?
know
I
how
don't
that
know.
happens,
I don't
to be
know.
honest.
I don't know.
I mean, you got the
mean-
lucky side of it with Epicenter. You guys had like the easiest group ever, but
Yeah, but it just like it makes me feel bad. It's still not right.
yeah.
It shouldn't. It yeah. It
That's
doesn't
why
matter.
that's why statistical discussions of these formats are so complicated, because it really, so many of these formats, how good or bad they are relative to the other formats depends upon proper seeding. Crucially, like over time, I've actually started to favor more round robin formats because they are idiot proof.
I like Swiss for that reason. I would not mind Swiss.
Swiss is not as idiot proof as you think, but I'm on board with that
If you,
generally.
I think is when you Swiss, you can totally randomize it. Maybe you get an unlucky draw. You know, that's life. You're still
Yeah.
gonna have to lose. You have to lose 3 BO3s to 3 teams before you're out of the event. And if you lose that, you can't say you deserved anything better.
But again, this is back to the early, just briefly back to the earlier point that I was making to you, Kyle, that a lot of these things I have literally, multiple, we're talking at least 3 events.
All right, I don't care
And at
anymore.
least
dog.
I
I'm
don't
cutting
care.
off this
I don't
conversation.
care.
I don't care about tournament.
Look,
I
what the
regret bringing
players
this
want-
up. I asked a
don't
question
care
to David
before.
Parker.
Listen, hey, stop. What the players want doesn't fucking matter. The tournament organizers have 2 prerogatives:
Seems
to
good.
increase the number of viewers and to ensure the most fair, balanced, and interesting tournament format you can. In my eyes, that means more games, more fairness, okay? More viewers. I don't fucking care if they listen to me.
agree.
I'm saying if you aren't going to listen to me, at least have something better than what I can come up with in 3 minutes while I'm taking a dump. That's what I request.
Honestly, though, it
okay?
can't be more
It's your
games.
job.
There's too many games. You actually
Gotcha.
can't schedule enough with the
Well,
qualifiers, right?
Well, you mean for the
Like,
actual
if you
lead-up?
want the
Yeah, yeah.
qualifiers to be longer, you actually.
No, I think
can't
his
do
main
that.
thing is the LAN itself should have more
Oh.
games, more round robin, more games at once.
Qualifiers can be blessedly short. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The games, the tournaments, if you have 2 weeks, you can play a Swiss.
This idea that
can
you go
play
somewhere and you
in
lose
groups.
2 BO3s and you're eliminated.
Not even BO3. Dude, Genting was a BO1 and a BO3.
Yeah.
And you're out.
They're not gonna make it 2 weeks. It's too much. It costs too much.
No, you could do it the same number of days, but just have more games on at once.
I guess.
Do like TI group stage. That happens in ESL's group stage was 3 days, 4 days. If TI group stage, you can do it in 3 or 4 days. You have
Then
lots
we
of games
started
at once.
veering with like the whole narrative idea, right? Where it's like we have a bunch of games that
Yeah.
people aren't really covering, nobody's really watching. We just end up with a group stage that says, "Oh, this team went 9-2. I guess
And
they're
that's like
good."
that's on the farthest end for very good for players and very bad for spectators. So like I think the idea as to what we're getting, like ESL was kind of a compromise in that sense, where it's like 2 streams, which is still somewhat bad for spectators, but kind of a necessity, and then bad for players, where it's like you want to play so many
Or
games.
we as talent could get off our asses and go back to something that they do every year for March Madness, and that's you do follow one game at a time, but you also have panel segments in between that talk about all the games that are going on. I know no one wants to do that, but
Why would no one want to do that?
Question for you
because
guys.
I want to do it all the time and nobody else does. Anyway.
Question for you guys and for Chad. Which tournament in Dota is the most fun to watch? Which tournament in Dota is the best?
I think it's Midas mode for sure.
Excellent answer.
Yeah.
Summit.
Can we make
probably.
that
I think it's Midas mode.
interesting and say apart from TI?
Exactly, because there is no competition to TI.
No.
Why?
I think Summit and Midas mode are better than TI 100%.
Get him, dude.
Which TI?
Easily.
Though? Are we talking?
Please hire me back to help produce TI. I'm joking. Valve employees that are listening to this, I'd still like to help make
I mean,
mean
TI
stuff.
is good, but TI also is like, there's a reason it can be so huge, right? It's like, it's all this fucking money, it's insane.
But my
What?
point is, you're using the same amount of time with these other events. You can have the same number of competition days.
You can't.
So why not utilize them?
People saying Epicenter as well. Honorable mention for those.
Epicenter deserves it. They've run some great events.
Don't they only have 5 games on stage at this next one?
Their
by
first
the way?
Epicenter was really good.
5
I think the
matches?
second one did not live up to the hype and
No,
expectation.
you gotta start out with 4 matches,
thought the
and then when
second one
people
was
get
solid.
mad,
Yeah, then you
go to
add the
5.
lower bracket, or whatever it is, the third place
We gotta
decider.
get the expectations low.
Like I don't think you necessarily penalize the second epicenter for not being the first. I still think both tournaments were very good, and the first was just excellent.
I'm just saying, guys, if you have a 2-week event and 4 teams are eliminated in 3 games, and there's no way, like I just, how do you? It's going to be the same at the major, I imagine. I don't see that as a good major format.
But there's more majors. There's like 4 times more majors. So
Yeah.
I mean,
True.
end of the day, Kyle, the top teams are winning these tournaments. So
I
don't know.
agree.
That's not a great argument. That's a very results-oriented argument, and that's not a great argument either. That's like.
well, we're results-based Dota here in our patch countdown
Well, and
stream.
plus-
They said there's a
Yeah,
patch
that's
today.
like-
We're
that's
doing a
like
countdown
saying
stream.
That's like saying in poker that I made the right play because I won the hand.
That's not true.
You gotta be careful.
How is that not true?
That's true.
All right. Move this conversation into, I think, the last thing to really be talking about, which is which of these teams is going to be the next like tier 1 team? Which of these is going to be the next team that like actually wins a tournament outside of Liquid, Newbie, Secret, and I guess we'll throw BP in there.
Fnatic.
I thought it would be Mineski for the longest time, but they still haven't done it. So
I think it still could be. I think that the odds-on favorites are OG, provided they can make it out of a very tough EU region. I think Fnatic has to be mentioned there. I think EG definitely has to be mentioned there. And then I think from there, there are a lot of teams that you could talk about, but
No love for
no
China.
one
What
has
is this,
a
guys? It's
sufficient-
China. It's China's
Well,
year
Did
to
you
win
not
TI.
mention Mineski or China right then?
I feel like
That's what it sounded
the
like.
most likely
It's
teams are from China.
It's February 15th, guys. Like this is the hardest part of the year to talk about China. Like I have no idea. Yeah, I think LGD belongs on that list, but I think Vici Gaming is. You heard me on panel in Genting. Vici Gaming at that point in time was like my number 1 team that I thought had a chance to break through. But it's very awkward talking about Chinese teams at this point in the year. I think another couple of weeks we'll have a much better idea what's going on with that region.
yeah, I'd agree. Vici and LGD should be in the conversation 100% though.
Happy
Just as much as
Chinese
Mineski
New Year,
should
by
be.
the way, guys.
That's right.
Is it
Year of-
this week?
The year of the
What year
wombat.
is it?
The
Year of
dog?
the
The year of the wombat.
I'm all about the year
Oh,
of
the
the
wombat. That's
No?
exciting.
It's not the wombat.
I forgot that part
My
of the
parents
Power
lied to
thing.
me.
Yeah.
Is that what they just called you? You're a wombat?
Yeah.
All right. You guys are starting your patch stream soon, right?
It's already live.
Oh, well.
We're piggybacking off of your content. We're
this is
allowed. You
the
can't
crossover
DMCA us, bro.
episode.
Yeah,
we're
you're
restreaming
done.
this. We are a content creator, right?
Kyle,
For this,
Kyle, you got anything else you want to talk about?
borrower.
huh?
Kyle.
Not especially. And I also, I get really triggered by Alan, but I'm not actually like.
Alan, do you want to? You
I'm
and
not-
Kyle want to join our stream?
Sure.
You guys want to keep going?
Cap, you want
They
to? You
never
want to
stop.
keep going?
I mean, I've like got a hard deadline where I have to go in 90 minutes.
What do you have
but
to
I'll
do?
talk shit for another 90 minutes.
What do you have to do?
We gotta go look at houses, dude. We're buying a house.
I just wanted to clarify, I'm not trying to flame any TOs with the exception of people that make terrible qualifier groups, because I feel like it's just a
apparently
lack
it's
of effort.
everyone.
It's just a lack of effort. Like, just come on, you're throwing a multi-million-dollar event. Can you please just like look at the scene, rank the teams 1 through 8, and make the groups accordingly or the bracket accordingly? It can't be that hard.
Preach,
Get someone
Kyle,
to do it
preach.
for you. Second, people may or may not disagree with me. I stand by Dota, a major event, multiple weeks. I think we should strive to have teams play as many games against as many different teams as possible.
Now there
I
are
don't mean
11.
4 in the
There
same
are
day.
11 majors. They can't all be 2-week events.
I mean, Katowice is
But
like
the
6
ones
days
that-
long, right?
Sure, but like
That's just not. I mean, I agree.
still not sure
I
where
agree
you're
with so
coming up
many of
with
the
2
points that you're making in spirit, but the arguments, the actual arguments that you're making in terms of implementation, are very problematic. Like they can't all be 2-week events. It's
all
just
right, well,
Maybe.
10-day, 11-day events. You're gonna have 6 or 7 days of games anyway. Whatever. I stand by when 4 teams can be eliminated.
Do you
by
understand
playing
how
3
hard it is?
games
Do you
against
understand
2
that it's
teams.
basically impossible for anybody but Valve to actually make money on an event that has more than like 6 or 7 days?
No, what are you
of play?
talking about, Nahaz? Do you know how much money we made on our event? All right, millions. Millions,
Some-
right? Yeah.
You think Midas mode is just a joke?
You know how many cars we bought from that shit?
How many was it a brand other than Mercedes?
Alan, you got anything else you want to talk
No,
about?
we're good. We're good.
Trent just silently, like most of the episode, is just.
Sorry.
Trent knows what I'm talking about.
here
It is not easy to
bounce
make money
things
on
off.
an event.
I'm a little wall painting. I'm a beautiful flower. I'm here to spice it up a little.
Trent still wants to get hired to events. The rest of us
Trent-
don't give a fuck
Trent-
anymore.
Trent's
All right,
going to a
so,
major. Trent's going to Bucharest, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby.
A major. Wow.
A Moondog major at that. Other one.
You guys are welcome
That was a little surprising.
to bullshit with us and Merlini later on this patch countdown stream. We know a patch is coming out this time.
That's right.
So
Kind of disappointing in that sense,
An hour,
to be
right?
honest.
When's it supposed to come out?
wait, you think we know when Val's gonna release the patch?
Did you guys just start a patch stream at a random time and just hope it comes out?
Last time, yeah.
Pretty much.
No, I mean this time around.
This
You don't
time,
know.
no. We have no idea when it's coming. It could come out like now. We have no
Is
idea.
it really coming out like mid qualifier? That's good.
I think it's actually
Loving
coming
that.
in an hour.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean,
Alright.
they've released major patches during TI qualifiers before, so it's like, I mean, a couple years ago I was doing stats for a series where like the games 1 and 2 of a given series were played on different patches, and it was TI qualifiers, so it's like, all right.
So we're gonna go, guys. We got our thing to set up. Welcome to join us on the thing later if you want.
Region.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
So, yeah.
All right,
We're out.
we're out.
Oh, we still got some echo. I don't know what.
I'm getting a
Come
slight
on in. We
echo.
bring Kevin in. That's so good.
Hmm. Do we have a clock? We're setting up a clock. Nice.
Oh yeah. Is it
Get that
counting
shit in there.
upwards?
It should count up.
Oh nice.
All right. So. Oh, they can hear the echo.
Calls on that PC. We can do
Okay.
calls from your PC for now.
I thought it was on that one. So. The Discord channel? Oh, how do I get rid of the echo? They can hear the echo. If I whisper, it's harder. It's like ASMR.
It was fine at the start, I thought.
It was fine at the start. I think it's because we raised these. Like if we do this, it's back to normal, right?
I raised the. Is it coming through the PC? Maybe. So look, it's. Can you
No,
still
it's
hear me
fine
okay?
now. I can't. I
Yeah.
don't hear an echo anymore.
It's coming.
Do we fix it? They're saying no
from
more echo. That's too high, Kevin.
I think it's the PC, right? Now there's echo.
Oh shit! Is it that one? Is it that one?
It's
It's
the
that one.
PC. It's
We solved it, guys. Oh shit! I can still hear it. Oh no, you're
so when
missing
this
it.
goes up, it's echoes.
Test, 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 test. No echo. No echo. Excellent.
All right.
So Ben will be here later. Trust us, guys. We would not debate you on a patch stream, okay? Ben will be here.
I don't know. He made a post saying it sounded like he retired.
He retweeted it.
Okay.
Why would he retweet it if he wanted to just troll people?
Is he in on the
He'll
joke?
be here.
Ben's not a very trolly kind of guy. So.
Ben will be here.
All right. Still a little bit of echo. We can just. We don't need the PC sounds anyways. We can use your PC for stuff, I guess.
My PC for what? They can't
I
hear
don't
us
know.
if it's on
Yeah,
my
That's a
PC.
good point.
I
For
don't think it'll work.
videos, for YouTube, for music.
Oh, for music, yeah. We're playing that Fast and Furious song when he walks out, I think.
Okay.
When he leaves the stream. I'm gonna cry. I swear to God. I'm actually gonna cry on this stream. You're gonna watch me cry. There's I've tried 2 times in my life, okay? End of this stream, and the other time was at the end of the first time I watched Armageddon when Bruce Willis died. He saved the Earth. So big
Cry-worthy
sacrifice.
moments.
They're still talking. Dude, Nahas is going insane.
Yeah.
I'm watching the stream
Oh,
on the
we're
side.
done talking. No. That's classic.
All right.
Basically, what we're telling people is that there's something more entertaining going on elsewhere.
No, it's not.
No,
Look,
it's
we're climbing.
They do not know about
they-
the patch coming out.
Are they
They've-
winding down? Dude, guys, can you guys go into Dota Capital's chat and spam our link? I think that's what we need. Because we're only 200 viewers behind them right now, and we're no longer in the call. We're at 1,200. They're at 1,400.
Let's try meet somewhere in the middle.
Can we DMCA them? Do you think it's possible? Can we do that?
You
How do
get the way. Just you Google
Kevin?
search.
Can you order that? Can we order a DMCA from like Postmates? Just have them like literally serve it to them. That'd be nice.
Hand delivered DMCAs.
Have it count up from have him count up from 15 minutes.
We started at 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So.
good.
And then if we do this every 2 weeks, we can figure out when it's probably going to come out. Like we
Yeah.
can have stats and stuff.
We'll
It'd
be
great.
patch experts.
Yeah, we'll be the experts. This'll be,
Who knows the
you know?
exact breakdown?
does anyone actually have the Dota Twitter open? Let's like see if it's out yet. If it's out, then we're just done, right?
Yep.
All
Sounds about right.
So nothing yet. Okay.
Oh, that's yours.
Have you ever looked at
Your computer's up.
Have
by
you
the
ever
way.
looked at what the Dota Twitter likes? Have you noticed? So look, they like. There's 223, right?
Oh,
So
they
the last
actually
one,
liking
the
stuff.
last one is 2015, July 30th, 2015. What is this? Complexity Gaming steals a Cloud9 a final day of group stages. Can they make a top 2 finish? They can't get 14. What is this even
LD
about?
It's LD Flame. I don't know. I think
The
it's
math
about
is
TI.
Complexity is fighting hard to win a top 2 finish. What do we want? Okay, I don't understand that.
It's probably TI qualifiers.
View from my Santa Monica college. Santa
think that was
Monica.
a
That's where
misclick?
Riot is. That's where Riot's located, dude. X Files. All right, 21st. Who are these people?
Hubley
Who are they liking?
Grand
What is
Final.
this? Okay, this is
People watching TI.
TI 4.
I feel like they
Tasmania, dude. Look
they
at this.
liked
shit.
all of these to like show on their website all the different people watching.
Oh,
It
okay.
was like, oh, let's have this collection of pictures that we can show all the different.
Let's see what their first like was.
Okay.
We're going all the way. We're going all the way down.
Do they follow Ice Frog?
No, they follow free to play. That's the only one they
Okay.
follow. Come on, get with it. Okay, so the first one they like is Crazy Dota 2 Tournament Setup 2012. Okay. Devin Gorham is this LD before he became David Gorman?
DJ
Devin Gorham.
DJ Gorham.
DJ Gorham. This is his old account. His name's actually
It's him when
Devin
he had hair.
Gorham.
Look
He
at
has
him.
hair.
Uh,
Oh, nice.
oh, that's
All right,
great.
you want to switch it to the cam again?
Yeah, sure.
Devin Gorham. That's LD before he was LD.
Gosh, it looked just like him too.
It really did. Should we not have done that? Did we just blow him up?
And that guy's gonna be the next big hit.
Devin Gorham.
We found an LD doppelganger.
That's what he's
out
been
there.
doing. He's switching to Overwatch.
Awesome. Can we get to start at 17 minutes? 17 minutes, 10 seconds.
All right,
or
let's get Nahaz in here. We need someone to generate excitement that's not us, so we don't have to do it. Just piggyback
Yeah,
off of him.
What are we using? We got BTS Discord.
Yeah. By the way, guys, we have a BTS Discord now, okay? That means that
Yeah.
you guys can come in and ask us all the important questions and talk about anything. There is a sub-only drama channel that is personally curated by me. You get some of the testimonials from it are amazing. I just want to say, everyone is very happy with the sub-only drama channel. Okay, they love it.
A lot of good fiend in there.
Yeah, you get the premium fiend.
All right, we got a Discord. Who we getting it? Is their show actually over? Can we get Nahaz? Is the question. He's in
I don't know if it's over. In the drama channel, someone says, "This Discord has been worth every penny of the $5 a month I've committed to spending for the foreseeable future." That's a real testimonial, right there.
Is that an ESL testimony?
No, it's from from a sub. Okay,
That's actually-
Grand Grant is in there. He's talking. Okay.
Someone just put their Twitch Prime on it. You know, you don't have to spend your money. Spend your Amazon Prime money.
So guys, we have a special guest who has shown up.
Yep. Do we?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Who do you guys think this is? Do you guys think this is actually Merlini, or do you think it's a random Asian? Hey, can you get Charles really quick? Yeah. Well, we're getting Merlini. He'll be here in a second, okay? guys. Don't worry. You'll see Ben. He's here.
All right, let's see if I can get some people in.
Yeah, let's
How,
get
how,
some people on the
I'm
call.
very new to this Discord thing, you know. I'm trying to. Oh, I don't know
Charlie's
Charlie,
not.
no.
Don't get Charlie. Get Conrad.
Can I click and drag him in? No.
You have to give him the link.
Well, I made a voice channel.
Yeah,
Oh, there's a link for the voice channel.
dude. Have you ever Discorded before? Go back.
I have not.
Oh my God. Click on the little person.
Create instant
Yeah,
invite.
instant
Okay.
invite, and then copy that,
Wow.
and then send it on Discord to them.
Well, it's the current.
Dude,
current
who are
Discord. I don't fucking Discord.
My God.
All right.
He's not here. All right, just bring an actual Merlini. We were gonna debate. We have another Asian here, and we were gonna have him sit down and pretend to be Merlini and really trigger you guys because you would think like Ben's not actually coming. Ben's actually coming. We wouldn't fuck around with something like this. So
Yeah, we don't troll our viewers for viewership and.
do we have the card that we're gonna give him? Where's the card?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here you go. All right, Ben,
He's got the royal.
come
drink.
in here. All right,
Welcome.
Benjamin Merlini. Whoa. Here you go. Gotta turn it on, I guess. Oh damn. It's like the good old days.
I can hardly hear you.
You can't hear me at all?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Better.
All right. So we have a card
Okay.
to celebrate your career.
Friends to comfort you. Flower. Feather.
Can we
Memories
show
to
this
strengthen
somehow?
You.
Yeah, we got.
That's why I was trying to read it.
Close up. Whoops.
Okay. And then the inside. So, we went to the sympathy section because we felt it was appropriate. And so you have some messages from people.
Mm-hmm. Good luck with Artifact from Ken.
Yeah.
Slime. All I ever heard was the lore, and then you vanished. See you around. GLHF friend, Kevin. Taco. It's been quite the unusual adventure these past years. Good luck, Parker. Unusual is a good word. Ben, I'll never forget our date at Jersey Mike's. They told me it's not your birthday, so good luck or get well soon.
All right, man. So a lot of people have a lot of questions,
Okay.
but I just want to do a little interview for old time's sake. So you wrote this 6-paragraph thing.
Yes.
It kind of made me think about my life, and I know it made a lot of talent think about their life because, we have this talent chat, and my thought is that Ben, who gets invited to a lot of events and generally is considered, one of the top analysts, he's walking away. He's like, it'd be like Michael Jordan is walking away, Why, do you think that this will make other talent think about their lives and maybe retire?
First thing, I'm one of the oldest ones. I think Owen's like 5 years younger than me. Giannis is a bit younger than me.
Yeah.
Like Will's also a few years younger than me. Parker's younger than me. So they still have a few years left to do what they want to do. When I was at their age, I wasn't really concerned. And if someone had quit in a similar position, I probably would have thought about it, but I would be like, oh yeah, I can think about it later.
Do you remember the first time we met?
First time? Yes, I remember.
Because I don't. I'm just. What the hell happened? When was it?
You trolled and said that you had a sibling. You used to have a sibling, but because of China's one child rule, you don't have a sibling anymore.
Well, that's kind of fucked up. I don't remember saying that.
That was the first time that I met you.
What are you talking about?
And then you actually didn't really come out that it was a joke for, after the acceptable point. After people were like, oh, that's awful. Normally you'd be like, oh, yeah, sorry, I'm just playing. You kept it going for a pretty long time. And we're like, man, that's really messed up.
Can you? All right, we're not talking about that. I don't even remember that at
That's
all.
your question,
No.
dude.
Yeah, we had a discussion. Like, what are the banned topics? This did not come up
No,
as a
this
banned
is
topic.
banned.
Your question,
No,
man.
No. So, what are you doing these days? What are you up to in Seattle?
Well, I've been hanging out with my friends up there,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of cool. Also been trying to study a little bit on the side so I can
What are you studying?
some programming. I think it's probably the best
Programming.
career move for
What
me
language?
at the moment. The languages aren't super important.
I don't know anything about program. Do you know anything about programming?
Very little.
I know some of the languages.
First year college.
Some Perl, some Python, some JavaScript.
I did some JavaScript.
You did JavaScript? I made a
all I
Space
did.
Invaders game in college. So you're a dev
Respectable.
now?
I'm trying to be a dev. I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't call myself a
A,
dev.
lo- a lot of people think you're working for Valve.
And I said I wasn't.
Yeah, but that's what someone who
Care
is-
to elaborate?
Yes, that's someone who is
Yeah,
like trying
I
to
am
pretend
not.
they're not working at Valve would say.
I don't know. I don't have to pretend. It's my word versus yours.
Okay, so what's their cafeteria like?
Well, we've all been to their cafeteria. I've toured their
I
headquarters.
was
a
thinking
long
that
time
would
ago.
catch you there, but
No.
too smart for me. So you're doing dev stuff. Are you still going to be around a little bit for Dota, or are you just you're
I
outie?
wasn't planning on it.
What if we brought you back for like one? What if none of us get invited to TI, and we just stream over TI because you're allowed.
Well,
to
the
do
thing
that.
is, like, if I've declined some of these events, some not necessarily because I don't want to do it, but also because like I haven't been in touch with the game. I can't like go to an event as an analyst and talk about Dota when I haven't played Dota in like.
Whoa,
2 months.
whoa!
So
This has happened before, though. People have done that, and they've done
well,
fine.
I'm saying I can't.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go to an event and try and cast something, and I don't know some of the players. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I just feel like it's really scummy. So
It's true.
if I do go to an event and I'm supposed to cast or talk about the game, I should feel like I should know something about.
What
the
about
game.
just like playing casually and streaming?
Well, that's a plan, but right now it's like it's hard for me to devote that much time to do something else when I'm not employed. My friend called it fun employed. So
Fun employed.
Fun employment, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up some of the user questions. I
Okay.
got a lot.
Sure.
Do you still enjoy Dota though when you play?
yeah, Dota's
Okay.
great. That's one of the best things I like about Dota. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say Dota's a terrible game. It might not be fun, and you might have like some teammates that just hate their lives, but overall, Dota's a pretty good game. No one's ever said Dota. Dota like is a terrible game. So
I
it's
think
awesome.
everyone that everyone that plays Dota likes Dota. It's just it's a little hard for new people to get into.
Oh,
Is essentially
definitely.
what the
Okay, hit me.
All right, let me load this up really quick. I'm in the thread, and I'll be in the Discord. Let me just say, okay.
Boop, boop.
So we already answered this question. What are you doing career-wise? You're a software dev, okay?
That's what I'm trying.
What
to
is
do.
your most heartwarming Dota memory and your strangest Dota memory? So what is your most heartwarming Dota memory to start?
Heartwarming. Well, one of my most memorable ones was my first offline event. So him and LD invited me for one of the hubs. I don't think they gave me that much notice. It was like kind of a last minute thing. They weren't like, I don't know. It was just like, oh, hey, we're having this. You want to come out? I was like, okay, sure. And I came out and I met all the people, and it was nice because I just went to this place and you just felt like you clicked with everyone. Everyone was like on the same page, all around the same age, have the same interests. Everyone likes Dota. No one was like super socially awkward at that point too. There's not like anyone that I really wanted to like avoid. Like, I don't really like that guy. It's like everything just went smoothly. We had fun. It didn't really feel like work. And at that moment I was like, okay, this is nice. This is good. And that's when things started rolling. And there's been a lot of memorable events past that, but that was probably the most heartwarming one that I had.
Before we get into strange, I just want to say, do you know what today is an anniversary of?
How many years ago?
4 years ago.
4 years ago, 2014.
It's February 15th exactly.
I don't remember.
Where were you?
I don't remember. Where
This is
was
the
it?
anniversary of Zephyr's Nexon Championship win.
Oh, that was
February 15th,
That was a little
2014.
strange. I don't think that would be the most strangest thing that I've done, but that's
No,
definitely a
not
little
strange. I'm just saying congratulations. I thought you were going to bring that up as heartwarming.
It was fun. That was
Okay.
good.
And what's your strangest memory?
Strangest. Well, one of the strangest ones was something that you and I had been involved in, but I don't want to talk about that on stream.
What was that?
It was a Red Bull event in San Francisco when we were at the secret shop.
You gotta tell the story. Tell
No,
the
I'm not telling that
Tell the
story.
story.
You can tell the story.
I'm not telling it.
I'm not telling
I'm
it.
not telling it.
That was one of the stranger ones.
Should we tell? You just,
I'm not
let's-
telling it.
Would you? Do you think that Envy would be upset if I?
I'm
told
not
the
telling
story?
the story.
Do you think Envy would be upset if I told it?
Yeah.
All right, we're not telling the story. We're not telling the story. I'm not doing it. If he doesn't approve of it, we're not doing it. All right.
But that was one of the
give
strangest
one
ones.
that you can tell.
Man,
Come on, you're leaving the scene. Who
I'm
cares?
trying to
Like they're not
think
gonna even
about
get
it.
mad at you. Like why can't you just tell? Like they're not even gonna get pissed. You can just peace out. You know?
he's just trying to egg me on. This is what he does all the time.
You're not
No
Bulba.
consequences.
Because Bulba was like, I'm definitely not telling this story, and then him and MSS told the whole story about him walking in on him. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Guys, that was a masterclass of getting them to slowly reveal it. But Ben is too smart. I'm not gonna get him to do that. So
Another strange one. I mean, Shanghai Major was very surreal. When I walked in that one day, and then they were like, James isn't working the event anymore. I was like, what? I was like, what's happening? And like, no one really knew what was happening. But I wasn't sure if they were trolling me or not. And then after like 5 seconds, I realized that they weren't.
Shanghai, oh man.
And then they're like, okay, we're not doing any show today. And then everyone in town was just like, okay, I guess there's no show today. And it was like in the middle of the group stage.
That was actually on my birthday. I showed up and I was like, all right, but James is fired. And I'm the same response as you. Like, this is a joke, right? Like, I
Yeah.
turned to Bruno. I was like, hey, like, good one, Bruno. He's like, no.
And then they're like, yeah, we just heard. And then we're like, okay. And then like a few hours later, they're like, okay, we're still having the show. So it was a weird day. And then people were getting fired. Like the
Well, only one
production-
person gotten fired.
No, the,
Person.
the production
crew.
company
Oh,
got
right,
fired.
That
yeah,
was like
like
a team
Key
of,
TV,
like,
right? Key
6
TV?
people or something.
Yeah.
Got fired.
I heard people were throwing things.
Yeah.
The
Oh, you
T-Dog.
gotta tell us about it. Who was throwing stuff?
Some guy
T-Dog.
called T-Dog.
T-Dog. He's
Were they
the,
like flipping tables over? Or?
lead producer. I mean, he found the news out that morning, I think, and then just was, like, he's like, this is my gear.
He's
This is
just
my.
breaking
These
stuff?
are my notes. Like, he had notes about the show and stuff, so he's like, he wanted to make sure he.
This
took
is
all
my
that stuff.
headset. You can't use it.
I don't think the gear was his, but I think he just had notes and stuff in there that he's like, I'm
Damn.
taking this with me. If you guys are gonna fire me, like, kind of stormed out. I guess that's at least what I heard.
Wow.
I mean, that's a.
I honestly think. Do you think that drama was the largest drama in the history of Dota?
Yeah,
Because
probably.
if we had
It
to
was
rank, right?
including the aftermath, because then James released his whole big blog post.
Yeah, it was like 15 pages. That's the most
exposing
anyone has written
Valve,
on
yeah.
Valve other than their company directory.
And this is James. James doesn't fucking do shit. He procrastinates. He makes excuses, and he actually fucking wrote 15 pages. Like,
Yeah, that was
that's
crazy.
something.
He went in, dude.
Yeah.
That was a lot of drama. If we had to make a Mount Rushmore of Dota drama, right? That's definitely up there. It's a picture of like James's face with the Reddit post that Gabe made, just like written all over his face. Like that's on there. Second might be Artesian Universe to Secret.
No.
No, you don't
I
think
don't
so?
think so.
That's just like a shitty roster changes.
Yeah.
That's probably in
That
like
was
the,
big at the time.
That's in like the top 3 shitty roster changes of all time. But
What
not
about
like,
Poppy and E?
I think
That's probably
I think
Poppy and E?
Fly or what was it, Era and Fnatic around that
Yeah.
TI period. That was really awkward.
It was a lot more
if they
behind
won
the
TI or
scenes
something.
than like. I
Do you
don't
want
think
a
lot
hat, by
came
the
out
way?
Publicly.
Sure. Okay.
Alright.
Why not?
You got a hat?
Oh, we got no product. I can't stand up. God damn.
I'll just wait.
Okay.
The Speed Gaming, Marco. Remember Marco? He was a big meme for a while.
Oh yeah, Speed Gaming, and then they joined Cloud9. R.I.P. Cloud9.
Yeah, they showed up to.
Cloud9 is now like the most valuable franchise in the world, or something like that. I think.
Really?
They have an LCS slot. They have a Overwatch slot, and they have good teams in like almost everything. So
No Dota though.
Huh?
No Dota.
no Dota, but one day maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
party time.
Slime. Thank you, Slime.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. All right. So that's probably up
Why
there.
did I put this on with the headset?
I put it on the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
My head's a little big.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
I was in school once. My friend returned from a basketball game, and they like gave out these like free necklaces, and he just took it off his head, and I tried it on.
I
and
guess
just
it
broke
doesn't fit.
It was
We've
super
got
awkward.
another drama from the chat from Subbing Mac. Hello,
What is it?
Ruru API key. Cheating,
Oh, the Ruru stuff. I remember that.
cheating word. I am okay saying, but I don't think.
I think a
some
lot
you
of that
are
is
okay
just
with.
like we don't know that much information about it, so
Exactly.
it's hard to say whether or not it's drama.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like the Fnatic one where it was more behind the scenes than actually
Oh.
happening, but
Yeah, you don't have to wear it if it's annoying.
something that he, potentially impacted TI results. So
Cyborg match in the chat. Holy crap, dude!
Oh, yeah,
you have a draw. No wonder people keep inviting you to events.
This is hard. Okay.
Uh,
There we go.
do you? So what about the recent Facebook ESL stuff?
Is that really drama? That's just a business trying to make business decisions, and
Go.
that
Can
that
you-
was poor.
We're not going against the circle, Drew. Keep it on topic here. Fuck ESL. Come on.
Well, I mean, is it drama? Is it? I don't.
It is. It was a lot of drama. Did you see the front page? It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's huge drama.
They were
I
very
think it
mad
was
at
just a
Uli.
bad business decision.
Uli's Twitter was getting blown up.
I think it was just a bad business decision with bad PR, and they didn't handle it appropriately. I don't know. I don't really think of that as drama. It's not. I mean, it was a big deal,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like super drama-y.
Well,
It's like they messed up badly.
so we don't really have. So other than that, we don't have much.
I don't know.
It's
Was
craziness.
was Shanghai Major the worst event you've worked?
No. I think Dota Pit was actually worse.
Dota Pit was worse.
Dota Pit was.
the
How
event
was
we
it
did, yeah?
worse?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was.
that was
What?
the silent fucking horrendous event.
It was really bad.
Wait, what happened?
It was just.
Was that the put your cans in the air guy?
Yeah,
No,
yeah. Well, he was at the first one, and then the second one, I think
That
he did
guy was the
very little.
highlight of that.
it was the one where they had like the 10-hour long grand finals because
Yeah.
there was
Uh,
there were some issues.
Me and Owen casted till like 3 or 4 in the morning, and then we
Yeah.
had shuttles at 5:30 in the morning to go 12
Yeah, we
flights.
were about to miss our. We were close, fairly close to missing our flight because the games went on so long,
oh my God. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
and it was like 7 a.m. flight. And
But,
there were a lot of other bad things, but
yeah, those delays were actually the Valve servers. I think every other delay
Yes.
before that was Dota Pit.
yes.
And they
But
were
it was just like the massive FU at the end. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, it's almost over. You know, it wasn't that great event, and then we had to just wait for like 4 hours while we wait for the last game. And the
If it-
players were like considering, like, you know,
Flipping
just
a coin or something.
yeah, and
Wow.
it was
Roll. Just do it. They didn't have roll it back then.
I don't think they wanted to roll for it,
Roll
but
for
they
it?
were considering it at that point. It was
Yeah.
what EGOG?
Yeah.
I think there was jokes about like just call it a tie and go home.
Yeah.
Tied, split the prize money.
Yeah. Because they kept trading games. You know, it got to game 5, and they were just like, "We got flights."
Hmm.
Let's
But
get out."
Shanghai was kind of like I have fond memories of it just because it was like going through war together for all of us. It was
Yeah.
like we don't know what's gonna happen today. There was just so many funny things that happened. Like Rob got in trouble with one of the security officers there. That was hilarious. Did we tell you this story?
No.
I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't a huge deal, but it was just one of the more funny things that I've seen. So in the production room, you know, if someone messes up or
Yeah.
something bad happens, they have the Chinese expletive tamada, right?
Yeah.
So
that's right.
it's for those of you that don't know Chinese, just like
It means damn it.
it means damn it pretty
Yeah.
much, and you're just like casually cursing because something bad has happened. You might say it in game too,
Yeah.
right? So I think they even you can say like TM in all caps, and it also means the same thing. But it's not that bad of a phrase if you're just using it.
The
amongst
other one
friends.
is much worse.
Yeah, but so in between the Shanghai Major and the places where you go eat, there was like this like small like secret tunnel in the back and stuff. Or you could go the long way and go all the way around the front. You had to like scan your badge and all this stuff,
Yeah.
and you had to go through a ton of security. But if you went through the back, there was just one security guard,
Uh-huh.
and it was super easy to get to. So they went to go eat, him and Jack, and then they tried to go back, but the security guard, I don't know, they just sometimes they have this power trip thing, and they were just like, he didn't really want to let him through. And Jack, who was fluent in Mandarin, kept trying to speak with the security officer and try to cajole him into letting them two through. Maybe they like didn't have a badge. I don't exactly remember why they were stopped. But as this whole thing is going on, he's just in the background. He just yells "Tamada," and the security officer's just like, "What?" And then he's just like, "Is he cursing at me?" And
He didn't know what it was meant.
he knew what it meant, but he didn't think it was that bad because everyone had been using
yeah.
it. You know,
That's
if you don't actually know the language, it's not that bad. And the dude
Oh
was
my
just like,
God.
"What's this white dude doing, cursing at me?" And just Jack's like trying to put out the fire. It was so funny when I heard it. It was great. But there's just so many like random things like that happen. That's not a story that probably many people have heard, but there's so many small things like that I was just like, man, that was a great time.
I
Fun
feel like
memories.
that's China events in a nutshell. It's like you do go to war together. Like you're just trying to get through these China events. Like,
Try
you're
not
in
to
this
get.
foreign country, you know what's going on. You have Jack there trying to lead you around, yelling at the locals to
Dude,
try and get shit done.
if someone paid off Jack, he could easily just sell us all to trafficking or something. I would follow him until the end of the earth.
Oh, there was another story with Rob too. We were going to the 24-hour hot pot place because the 24-hour hot pot place is
Yeah.
pretty popular. It's like Hai Di Lao, and then we we were going there. It was pretty late. It was like 10 or 11 p.m. Not super late, but we were in a rather industrialized and there were just a lot of people around. So
Urban.
it was urban, so it wasn't like super sketchy. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're in some back alleys, but we were in like a slightly darker like mall area because it was pretty late, and we were on our way up the stairs, and it's on the 3rd floor. So we have to go up the stairs to get to the 1st floor, and then once we get to the 1st floor, we had to go to the 3rd floor. But on the way up to the stairs, there's this dude with what I think is a dog on a leash. And I was like, oh, cool, a dog. It was a little dark, so I couldn't see exactly, but I could see there was an animal on the floors on top of the stairs. And then Rob and I are walking up the stairs, and then this animal starts crawling up his leg. I was like, what? That's not a dog. I wasn't exactly sure what it was doing, but it just like
What was it?
It scampered up his leg, and then it was a monkey.
What?
It was a monkey that had crawled up his leg, and then it got to like his waist area, and then I like kind of warned Rob, like, watch your wallet, and because the monkey was trying to steal his wallet. It had been like kind
It
of
was a trained
to do that.
monkey?
Yes.
Oh
To
my
steal his wallet, and then I told
the
Jack about it later. He's like, "Yeah, that's pretty common." And then Rob was like, "Booyah, booyah," which means no, I don't want.
Because the monkey speaks a language.
Well, he was telling the guy that.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I like where you're going with this. But
The monkey probably knew some words. You know?
I mean,
Yeah.
he knew how to
Straight
steal
monkey.
wallets. That was
Wow.
crazy.
They trained a monkey.
To steal wallets from unsuspecting foreigners.
Hmm.
He's
handle,
white, by
Can
the
you
way.
handle yourself if you guys get into a fight in China? Do you think you guys would have
I
been
have,
able to take the?
I don't know.
Have you ever been in a fight in your life?
What kind of fight?
Just like a fight, like an actual fight, like with someone else.
Bar fight, fist fight.
Bar
don't
fight
know.
or a fight at school.
Our guns are illegal in China, right?
They are.
I wasn't with him.
No,
He was
like
saying a
in,
guy got thrown in the bush.
in your lifetime, have you ever actually been in a fight, even in like grade school?
Yes.
Did you win?
It didn't really go to fruition. But I have an
So
older
it was
brother.
a draw. It was a draw.
It was a draw, I would say,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you think Ben can fight? Gods, you think he could probably fight? He
He-
probably
he-
could.
Ben's a very.
I have an
very
older
resourceful.
brother, and I got the shit beat out of me a lot
Uh-huh.
because I have an older brother.
So what would be your style? Are you like anything goes kind of like if you're feeling threatened, do you just go? Because that's my style. If someone's really fighting me, I'm going for like the eyes and like the
I
groin.
think there's
like,
too many
that's-
like unknown factors. Like they could be having a weapon, and then you're just screwed.
right.
So I was in Chicago once, and I was like going to this like late night barish place, meeting up my friend, and then some dude. Like as I was walking there, it was like kind of a little bit off the main street, maybe like 2 streets off. But I had to go through this like sketchy, not so well lit 2 blocks to get there. And then this dude asked me for the time. He's like, "Oh, what time is it?" And then as I was like, "I don't have the time. I just didn't want to talk to this guy because it was pretty sketchy." And then as soon as he asked that, he just like grabbed me and took me by the
What?
side.
When
And
was? How old were you?
I was. This is probably like 2011. So I
Okay.
guess
Wow.
23ish.
And then
or
what happened?
something. And then he started walking me towards the. There were like some people around, but he like wasn't like super. Like he wasn't. It wasn't like a big scene. I wasn't going to yell because I like this guy could have had a knife or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. I had no idea what was going to happen. So I just like kind of just walked with him for a little bit because he was still walking towards the place I was going to. So my plan was to just
You had a
break off
plan?
and just run
Uh-huh.
as soon as I got to close to where this was. But he kind of saw through that, and it was like on the right side of the street. So we're walking on the right side, and he tries to skirt around. But as soon as he tries to cross the street, I just break off and run.
You just
But
ran?
I had no idea what the guy was going to do. He was
Damn.
like clearly like I don't know, a little bit homeless or deranged or I don't know. But he like forcefully grabbed me, and I was like, this is not good. But you don't know what the guy has. He could have a gun. He could have a knife. He could not have anything. He could just be crazy.
So what should you do in that situation? Gods, what would you have done?
Getting dragged along.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm someone to be very compliant because I don't give a shit about lose my wallet, whatever.
You know what I watched on
another day.
YouTube? There's a guy that would go into these like bad neighborhoods and then start a fight with someone, and as soon as the guy would start fighting him, he would completely strip naked, and he would have like a onesie on, like a
Okay.
mini bikini, and he would just yell, and the other guy would always run away. I was like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? And just run away, no matter how mad they were. You can check out that video on YouTube. That's what you should do.
Want to get it up? What is
Huh?
this? What is this? Is this?
It's like they go into the like a pretty sketch neighborhood.
Yeah.
They start a fight, and then they like when the fight starts, they strip down till they're almost naked. They're wearing like a mini mankini, and then the other guy always runs away. I don't know if it's fake or not, but if you want to fight a guy and then he just strips down naked, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And you'd run.
You watch some weird
That would
shit.
require me to have a onesie on, though.
Yeah, you always be prepared. It's like the best security measure you could have.
I feel like if you're in the mindset where you're actually gonna rob someone or do something bad, you don't give a fuck. If they're
People in the
naked or
chat
not.
are saying it's fake, so we don't have to watch it.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Okay.
How do you envision the Dota 2 esports team, esports scene, if you could commit to full time? Like, how would you?
What specific parts about the scene?
So, like,
Well,
you
I
wrote
guess
this
you can
big
ask.
thing about how it wasn't satisfying to you, wasn't challenging anymore. What would you? Could it change to a way that you would satisfy?
I think a lot of people had to like reply so, oh, why don't you just like get involved in the business side of things? And I don't know. I just don't find it. I mean, I could be a businessman, but it's not like really what I want to do. So it's like you can get more into like behind the scenes stuff. You can be like a producer maybe, but I don't know.
That's what I had to do.
I don't like want to manage people. I'm not an ideas guy. I'm not going to come up with like ridiculously good production ideas or skits. And we already have LD who does all the business stuff. There's not really any room for me, even if I wanted to do that. So, what other options would there be?
I don't
That's
know.
the thing. It's like there's
I guess if you knew, you might have tried it. So,
but I understand that people have given these suggestions, but there's always a reason why, and I'm open to suggestions, and people have tried to come up with some over the years, but nothing ever. Sometimes when you hear something, it's like, oh man, that sounds like a great idea, but that has not happened.
all right, okay. Next question. So this is referencing an interview you did with me, 2013. Someone asks, you talk about a contingency plan if Dota didn't work out. To when I asked you what happens in 5 years. I don't even remember that interview. I don't want to rewatch it. Do you remember that interview? What your
I
contingency
remember where it
plan
was.
What's your contingency plan if Dota didn't work out? I guess it's
I don't
this?
think I had one at that
Oh, okay.
point.
So you just you lied to me. Oh my god.
Did I say I had one?
Yeah.
Is that the MLG Columbus one?
So this next question is
Oh,
about
I
you
don't-
streaming.
I'm
You already
trying to think
answered
about
that.
that.
You will be streaming sometimes casually.
If
but
I play
maybe
Dota,
not.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
When I play Dota, rather.
Okay. You already answered this one. You will play. So this guy asked, what team would you like to play with if you could play and had the skills to?
Probably someone where I had a lot of friends. Do I have that many friends in the pro scene right now, though? Vegetables.
Vegetables. Okay.
It's always more
Um,
fun with friends. Then you don't.
Some guy just says, thanks. Your stream is amazing. What are your
Thank
opinions
you.
on the state of Dota 2 right now?
Hmm?
What are your opinions on the state of Dota 2 right now?
We're good.
That's a tough one. Well,
don't have to.
as usual, I think people's opinions in general are just very, very fickle. Like they just, you don't give a lot of time for things to really sort themselves out. For example, like I don't know, maybe the tournament system. It's like, oh man, this one tournament doesn't work out. We should have had our old system, or oh, this one tournament was great. It's new. Like it's one tournament. There's just not enough sample size before people make conclusions.
There's also just a lot of tournaments.
There's just also,
Yeah.
also just a lot of tournaments, but or even like I don't know, patch changes or balance changes. Like first week, oh, something's like really broken, and then turns out it's not really that great. It's just you're just way too quick to jump to conclusions. So it's really hard to. I don't really think anything's necessarily wrong with it, but I think that a lot of times when people do things are wrong. They're just not giving it enough time.
Do you think it's just Dota though? I feel like that's
Yeah,
the real world as well.
it
though.
is.
You know, people are like, oh, this is new and fresh. I love it. Even just because it's new. But
I definitely agree that it's a thing that is in the real world, but it's always something that you should be aware of. Like, hey, it didn't work out this time. Doesn't mean it's terrible strat. Like ESL could destroy the next event with Facebook. The first event was terrible.
By destroy, you mean like do well.
Do well, yes. Destroy everyone's expectations, low expectations, and exceed them.
I've been streaming on Facebook for their CS event, and people realized you could post on their Twitter feed, and everything just shows up
Oh,
alongside
nice.
the stream.
Oh
with
yeah. There
pictures.
were some questionable social media pictures that
They
auto-generated on the Facebook
Did
stream.
not think that went through very
yeah,
well.
that was. Why would anyone
I'm-
abuse this and post not safe for
I'm
work stuff?
disappointed the Dota community didn't figure that out first. That
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
really-
on CS:GO. That was so funny, dude. It was really funny. Okay, next question. What is your favorite? What is your most memorable MYM game and why?
Whew. Well, I have a really poor memory actually.
Okay, hit us with
It's
that
probably
one. That's
my
fine.
more. So we were up versus one of the better Russian teams at the time, and we were dire.
Moscow 5.
I don't remember.
That's the only.
I don't
old
remember
Russian
which
team
team
I
it
know.
was, but it was one of the better ones. And we were playing with Slasher at the time. I think it was me, Milk, Slasher. I think probably Pusher and Mania.
Uh-huh.
And I was mid Warlock. There was some like cool pull that you could do in the middle. So you always wanted like a range hero in the mid lane, so you could like eat a tree and then do a pull, and the creeps would come around. But anyways, we had tried that. The early game was going well, and the later game it was just floppy. We were pretty much just sitting inside our base doing nothing. And back then there was no combat mechanic. So if you were 10,000, 15,000 in the hole, you were gonna lose, almost 100% of the time. And Slasher was our position 1 at the time. He was Chaos Knight, and we had disagreements.
Slazer?
We had disagreements about whether or not we should concede. I was like, I don't really feel like we can win this game anymore. We were literally just sitting in base, just getting rolled. And he was the most farm one, so he could feel like he could do something. But from my perspective, there was no way that we could win the game. And also, I was in school at the time.
Hello.
What's up, Lord Dank?
I'm just creeping.
From my perspective, we couldn't win the game, and I was like, hey, I think we should concede because we're just not doing anything. We're just losing. We're just getting pummeled, and it's embarrassing to stay in here for this long because we just don't have a chance. And it's like, and so we came into an internal disagreement about how we should proceed with the rest of the game, and then. Usually this doesn't happen, by the way. Usually it's like we all concede, or like they can easily convince me that we have a chance. But he couldn't convince me that we had a chance, and I couldn't convince him that we had no chance. And the other people, they didn't really want to get
So you guys
involved.
were just arguing during the game.
It wasn't that long of an argument, but we had disagreements about how we should proceed. But I also had an exam later that evening.
Yeah.
Because we played on EU time, so it was like pretty early or something. But I wasn't a great student, so when I had crunch time for exam, I needed every minute that I had because I was not prepared weeks and weeks.
No,
weeks
I feel
before.
you. I was like that in school too.
So
You were a
eventually,
big procrastinator, right?
eventually, I was like, gotta go exam, and I just left.
You just left, and
But I actually had
did
an
you give
exam.
them control?
You automatically give control when you
Okay.
lose the game. But I was like, well, I don't think we have a chance, and I have to go take my exam or study for my exam.
And they
so
came back and won.
they did not win, personally.
That
But I think it also became a meme at the time for some time. Like whenever you were losing,
I
you're just
remember
like
that.
GG
Yeah, yeah.
exam. But I actually had an exam. But that was one of the I was not super happy about that moment in time.
Well, okay.
Cast-
Jesus.
Casting MYM games was kind of like, you're casting a Navi game for Dota 2. Like, I remember when I started casting, it was like, my first time casting MYM game, I was like, holy shit, I'm casting an MYM game. Like, this is a big deal. That's like when you've kind of made it. Well, back then for Dota 1, so.
Dota 1 times.
Next question. Do you feel like you'd be able to keep up with the new players if you were younger and more motivated and didn't take a long break?
I don't know. Maybe. That's a
That's
hypothetical question. I was good at the time, but times have changed.
I'm kind of hungry. What should I get? What should this guy get for food?
17 hours ago, though.
17 hours?
Hopefully
Oh,
he's still
just
okay.
recommend. What's your favorite
He's
place?
been starving
like
this whole
chicken
time
tenders
waiting
a
for
lot.
You like
bed.
chicken tenders? Okay. Which
Chicken
place,
tenders.
if you would rank? Do you have a top
There's
three?
not that many great places. Most of the places serve wings and not tenders.
Okay.
But I like both.
What's your preferred order at Wingstop?
Yeah, which flavor?
The hot with
You like the
atomic on
atomic
the
ones,
side.
right?
I get the atomic sauce on the side, so it's kind of in between there. In between the hot and atomics where my spicy
Do you
sauce
like
is.
Wingstop as much as Will does?
Yeah, we go often.
The thing about Wingstop is people go there for the fries, not for the wings.
Yeah, the fries are really good.
the
fries
fries
are
are like better than the wings.
One time I dropped a bag of fries on the ground, and it was Blitz's order, and he made a noise that I've never heard him make before. It was like, oh, like that. It was amazing. All the fries were ruined. Well, who's your favorite hypecaster to work with? Okay. Other than these two,
Other than these,
not-
I don't
I'm
want
not-
to.
I'm not
I
a
don't want to
hypecaster.
force you to name someone. Who is your favorite hypecaster?
I don't like picking favorites.
Okay. All right. We'll skip that one.
I mean, people have
Will
different.
you
strengths.
pick your least favorite?
Who are some fun people? I remember I used to love listening to you cast with Zairi. You
Zairi-
guys always had a ton of fun.
Yeah, he actually just did not care about anything. That was the best.
What do you mean?
Usually, you care if like there's some sort of repercussions if you say something like slightly negative about a player. Like
I don't remember that about him.
Well,
He changed a little bit about that.
I casted a lot with him. Well, I casted like a full season of Starlighter with him, and this was like the 15-team round.
Did you keep
robin.
one of his dreads? Did he
No.
give you one of those? No.
Get me away from.
Didn't Fogged? Fogged made a bet. Do you remember that? Did you ever
No.
hear about this? So there was a TI where Fogged was playing. I think it was for Dignitas, and like they were not expected to make it out of the group stage, and he like made a bet that if his team got to the if they won their like first lower bracket match or something, that he would glue one of Ziori's dreads to the back of his head like a rat tail.
Ew.
And
I
then
remember
they
this.
did not, and they either didn't
win.
advance or they didn't
They
win
didn't
their
win.
match at the main event. So not sure if that's good or bad, but
What was your most memorable series you cast? Most memorable.
Probably Wings series. TI finals. It was the
TI
only
finals.
TI finals I casted.
Did you think DC was winning when they take the first game against Wings?
No.
Who was your favorite team to cast? What was your favorite event?
Team was still Wings, I think. For most of the analysts, I
R.I.P.
think Winter
Wings.
and I are like, oh man,
Ah.
Wings.
Yeah,
we like watching them just because they were very they did a lot of things.
He likes
Variety
Wings in
is
real
nice.
life, Wings in Dota.
Yep.
He's a consistent
he's
man.
he's a wingman.
Yeah.
They were just that good and that unique and innovative.
Yeah,
That
they were fun to watch for sure.
And your favorite Western team?
Western team? That's tough.
a lot of Navi Alliance viewers watching. Careful what you say.
LGD International.
Probably EG, I would say.
EG. Which iteration of EG?
With
I was
RTZ,
personal
without
friends with
RTZ?
AUI, so I like the AUI.
Oh, you like the AUI, the one that won the.
Yeah.
TI?
He was at the first event that I went
Yeah.
to. He was at
Yeah.
our first
It
event.
was AUI, Blitz was there, LD was there, of course, and I
Yeah.
think Lumi.
Dude, that event
was there.
was like so triggering because AUI and Blitz would just nap constantly. Like
It was-
you'd have to like wake them up for their cast, and they'd be so groggy and like they were like stumbling towards the desk.
It had a very
It was-
summer feel to it. Then
Yeah,
me and
yeah.
Ben were just drinking half the time.
Yeah.
so-
It was like there was one cast where I got too drunk and I had to be subbed out.
Yeah.
It was July 4th.
what was your-
and
Good excuse.
many libations were had.
What was your official last cast?
I think it was the Perfect World
Perfect
Minor.
World Minor.
Masters or whatever.
Okay.
It was
So we
cool.
do because we don't even know. You don't get like a Kobe ceremony at the end of it. We didn't know that. You didn't know that was your last one. You thought you were going GSC.
Yeah. Well, I think this was before the other two GESCs were canceled.
Yeah, I think back then there was still the January one.
Yeah, so I thought I was going to be
Yeah.
casting in January. So I was not.
Do you
I
cast
wasn't
the
aware.
finals there with Toby? Did you?
Yes.
I am actually kind of curious, like what kind of made your decision? Because I know like you've kind of been thinking about casting less or stepping back, but
Mhm. Yeah, it
was
was-
there
it
like
wasn't
anything in
like-
particular that like
It wasn't a eureka moment at
Yeah.
the time, but as I mentioned in my post, it was like I had realized that some other people had looked up to me, and I was like, why me? And because I didn't really feel like I was doing anything
Your
particular.
role model. Your role model.
Yeah, but I didn't really think of it. Like,
can't
you know,
stand the heat, Ben?
It's just
People looking up.
I just don't. I mean, as
Ben
you
doesn't
guys
get
well
any
know,
hate.
I'm not like super self-aware of a lot of things. Like I'm conscientious of what other people think, but I'm not like super absorbed by it. It's not like I go on Reddit and like check comments for every cast that I made, like some other people. I just like I'm just like not. I just try and do the best that I can, and I'm not like super. Like it's not that I don't care about your feelings. It's that I'll consider it, but it's not going to affect me a ton.
Has there been times where like Reddit turned against you? I feel like most casters
I've
have.
never
Do you remember?
seen a
I mean,
super
probably at
negative.
some point.
I mean,
but-
he's kind of the usual like he's out of touch,
Yeah,
like he's
this-
outdated, but no one like hates Ben really.
But I just try and do my thing. But like,
But
if
you're also not controversial.
I'm gonna find the
for the
Reddit-
most part.
yeah, that's
the
my
Ben
job.
haters
I
on
mean,
Reddit.
I'm not. I also don't like. I don't know. If a team sucks, they suck, and it's just like there's not. I don't try and like glorify. It's like, oh my god, this is the worst iteration of any team in Dota 2 I've ever seen. It's not like there's no reason to blow it up like it because you're not sure. There's like so many uncertain factors. Yeah, they're terrible right now. Yeah, so what? It's not a big deal. I try not to make things a big deal because they aren't.
So I guess I got you completely off track there, but
Oh yeah.
But
What were
yeah,
we gonna-
so
what
like
the
there
original
was like no eureka moment or anything.
Not really. No, I actually had planned to kind of phase out slowly in between.
Got a hater right here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, that's also the thing too. When people read these things, it's like if there's 99 good comments and one bad comment, that's pretty good. 99% of
Yeah.
stuff is pretty good, but the one will like just like take up. It will just seem like it's like
Yeah, much
75%
bigger, yeah.
bad and like 25% good.
And
either
usually, to
side
be
down.
fair, the one bad comment isn't like, well, he like screwed up this one mechanic. It's like he's a terrible
They just, hate
person.
this, they just hate you for
Yeah,
whatever
it's very
reason,
outsized
so.
hate, generally speaking.
Who would you dub your spiritual successor if you had to dub one?
I guess Fog probably.
Fogged? Oh shit, Fogged. Let's see if he's in
Nope,
the chat. I think
no
he's in the chat.
pressure.
He said Fogged.
I would say
So big big shout out.
Fog's not very controversial. I try and egg him on so much though.
Fogg's fun.
Every
yeah.
single time.
Fogged is a flamer
He
off
is
off camera.
He is
Yeah.
such
a
a big,
flamer and a
such-
rager.
Him or Winter?
No,
I think Winter's the
Flame's
biggest
a bit.
flamer.
Winter's
on
like a
camera.
troll flamer usually.
Yeah, Winter we can
Usually.
egg on him. We'll get him to start flaming people. Like I remember
Fogg's
at
actually
Epicenter,
mega
he flamed
flamer.
Kezu's bristleback, and Kezu got really upset about it. So
Winter was more upset. Are you kidding me? He's
Yeah,
like,
'cause-
oh my god, he's just
Speaking
like,
of spirit animals, Bristleback like is Winter's real life
Yeah.
avatar, you know. So
yeah.
he takes it very personally if people don't play it in the
Winter, I almost made a racist video. This is what your retirement almost forced me to do. I almost did one of those "You're in the arms of an angel" Sarah McLachlan tribute montage, and I was gonna do all Winter clips, and then post post Ben Wu. But I didn't do it. I hate that joke. So, I thought about it. It was like 50-50.
if you hated it, why'd you just laugh so much?
Shh.
you know the first like story of what Ken's really like. I heard from Heyoka, and Heyoka. This was back when they worked for Team Liquid. Heyoka came to visit us, and he would tell me like, you know, so like I hang out with Ken a lot at the office because I guess it was only like 3 or 4 people. It was like you two and Rich back then. And
Yeah,
like
back in the day.
whenever Ken had like a funny idea, he would just like say it out loud and like just stare at Heyoka to like gauge his reaction. And if like he kind of chuckled or something, then he'd be like, I don't know. But if he laughed, then he'd like go and tweet it.
It's a
so.
testing ground.
Yeah, so he was like your permanent audience basically.
All right.
Heyoka left Team Liquid. So.
Yeah, Heyoka's with DreamHack now.
Yeah.
They have that. Yeah. So so just people wishing you luck.
Thank you, thank
some
you.
Things.
Found some of Ben's greatest tweets. When Chappie couldn't get TI, I heard Chappie sold his plane ticket.
That
and was
was-
just sitting there with a shadow amulet.
That was actually his idea.
this tweet. You
Yep.
got a couple.
I know.
claims for it.
That was
yeah.
my idea.
Yeah, you told me, and I was like, dude, you should tweet that.
If
And
you
then
tweeted that today,
you're like,
you would
no.
not get flamed. But
See,
back then,
someti-
people still
sometimes
kind of
when
were
Ken
okay with
isn't
Chappie.
confident in a joke, but
Yeah.
he'll give it to someone else to tweet it or post it because he still wants to
And then I'll
see
say,
How
okay,
many likes
if
did you get
people
for that?
react.
and then I'll say,
660.
660
and then I'll say,
likes.
I'll tweet it, but I'll give
Holy
you credit
fuck.
because I don't want to steal his idea. And he's like, no, please don't tag me. And I was like, this is way too good to not tweet out. So I tweeted.
Yeah, but Ken's playing the long con. He was just waiting for the show to take credit for the tweet.
Well,
you know, so
it's
there
all
you go.
Ken. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh my God.
It's pretty funny. If,
It was hilarious.
All right, so I'm getting some. This is our BTS Twitter, or sorry, our BTS Discord. We're getting some questions in there. So, what's your favorite TI moment?
I think TI6 as a whole was kind of cool. At the end, it was like, oh man, I was part of something really, really awesome, and you don't get that feeling very, very often. I mean, there's like cool events, and you're like, oh, I casted a cool game, but like as a whole, an event is like, oh man, it was really cool to be a part of, and everything just worked out really, really well at that
TI6,
particular
right?
it was like the
That was
I
the one with
think,
the
best
puppets, that was-
produced TI.
That was the
Yeah.
one
of
with
all time.
where they bought the graphics from Interstellar, the like big black hole light thing. I
I
remember
don't
that.
remember that part.
You know, guys remember that?
No, that they had like the. I feel like that was just the most polished, like, but still
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
TI. You know, like they had like the puppets on the desk at one point. You had crazy.
Oh yeah,
like,
Pyrion was there, right?
Yeah.
Purge with the Weatherman
I
was
think like
first, for
the
first
talent
time.
pool
They had
was like
the-
super comfortable.
They had tons of talent, which obviously we're going to talk about it great because most of us got invited. Like, they had the draft panel, then they had the casual panel, so they had a bit of everything.
Oh yeah.
You didn't have like the best like finals, I guess, and people usually remember events based on the finals. Like a lot of people still say TI3 best TI ever, but I mean,
Oh,
if the
those
grand finals
finals.
was shit, nobody would be saying that.
Oh man, TI3 Grand Finals.
Yeah.
Oof, that was great.
What type of software dev work are you going to be doing according to this?
Unsure at the moment.
Unsure. He's unsure, guys.
It's a very wide field, so I gotta find out what I like, or more what I can get a job. with.
Who's the best Zeus player?
I forget.
And do you
No.
like you? I mean, you've probably talked about this, but the
RTK for sure.
Not
Offlane Zeus.
TK.
Yapster plays good. I like Yapster's dude.
Yapsters is pretty good. He plays support. I'm more a fan of the core one.
who's the best core Zeus? Sumail? Didn't he
Sumail was
set the
pretty good.
record for Zeus CS? I think first like
Sumail
15.
is always.
Was it
50
Pilot
minutes.
Die like pioneered the support Zeus with the dewarding all over the place?
I
think that was
forget. There were like a few.
I think that was
at
like
the
an old
same time.
Cloud9 thing. that started.
Where he got level 1 lightning bolt.
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
just like used it to.
That's pretty
Kill
that
the
simple.
sounds like a
wards.
pilot. I think he did
Yeah.
support
That's all
Tinker and
Pi and Envy. They all do that shit.
dubious.
Is-
It's a China thing. You go off lane with Zeus and spam arc lightning.
That's
like,
that was RTK.
Yeah,
my
like,
boy.
You Zeus +1 and that's awful. China pubs against Zeus's.
I still remember the first summit with RTK when like none of the players wanted to go to like the barcraft thing that we had
Yeah.
going on. RTK goes there, like he goes off with some fans and just disappears, and like all the staff were freaking out, like we lost him.
Yeah,
He was just drinking, having a good time.
We lost our RTK moment.
Yeah.
That was great.
Is there a chance that Veggie Esports plays TI qualifiers this year?
I mean, I guess there's a chance, but it's probably pretty small.
They do every year though. I feel like they would
Yeah.
with some roster.
Who would
No?
it be? Fog would play.
Cap Blitz, of
Cap
course.
Blitz.
Fogged.
Yeah.
Are you not gonna play like for fun anymore? Or not
I
really?
mean, I don't have time right now.
Okay.
Dota sucks playing like.
Casually for fun.
When you're
Less-
not sharp, it feels awful.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It
Because
really-
you know,
really
like
does.
you know what you're doing wrong, but like your hands won't cooperate
Yeah.
with your brain, and it's just
You're just a second slow, and then that's the difference between like dying and living a lot of the times.
Yeah, it's rough
Um,
playing casually.
Okay. Someone's asking specifically about you two. What is your favorite experience with each other? I don't really know what that means, but feel free to answer.
One of the more memorable ones was one of the first Starlighters. Now they have like I don't know, like 10 talent for Starlighter at least. Back then, it was just LD and I.
dude. We
LD
literally
and me.
did
We literally
every
did
game.
every
it was like
single
what
game.
4 best of 3s a day or something.
Yeah, it was like I don't even know. how
Back
many
when you
games
had
we
your
casted.
passion, you know.
Yeah, dude. My
We casted
voice
like
did not
40
do well.
games in 4 days, and I was like literally falling asleep on the thing. It was just exhausting and grueling. But it
Dude,
was fun.
we had K-pop Tosis there. You know,
Oh,
Him-
That
Yeah,
was
Brian.
not the first.
oh,
time.
that was the second one. That was
Yeah,
the second
the
one.
first
Second
one.
one, it was with Brian, and then I think
And then
Shiva was
Cheever,
there.
yeah. And like, I think after that first one, we're like, okay,
just like, we can't- we
someone
can't
has to
do
fill
this.
in, and they didn't want to bring in like multiple like real casters or
Oh.
full time, so you know, we kind of
That was
we
tough.
got Cheever hosting, but then she like agreed to cast some games. She was sort of
Oh, yeah,
transitioning,
yeah.
I guess, back.
They like got a few more people each time.
Oh, the one Star Ladder where they had the Ice interviewing Burning, and he kept on like trolling and asking like not the questions that we told him to.
Oh, I
Will you still play Mafia events if we have those?
Sure, why not? If I'm in town.
Sick, dude. We should do it.
Nice.
We have a Monopoly. We have the Ben Monopoly.
The
We can
Monopoly.
invite him to Mafia events.
Yeah. Where they
We don't go to any other ones. Okay, I think that's most of the questions. I probably missed some. I'm sorry if someone asked a question and I
What
missed it.
tweet did you have?
Me?
Oh,
it's-
this puppy
Oh,
paws.
this is the puppy paws.
The
stuff.
puppy
Yeah, this
paws
is
tweet?
not.
Oh, yeah, you
don't
guys
worry.
were talking about drama, right?
Yeah, I was just.
Oh,
You
that
gotta
was
pull that
pretty.
up. You
That
can
was
put that up
actually
on the
very
thing.
dramatic.
No one
At the time.
mentioned the How Moo at TI2 drama. I guess that wasn't super
TI2
public.
I wasn't around at
That's
TI2.
still not public.
Is
I
it
think.
still not public?
Oh,
Wait, what happened?
of course.
There was a girlfriend involved.
Oh.
How and
Moo's girlfriend. They were on Tongfu back then.
Oh.
And,
This is back in the day. This is
This
all
is
water
way.
under the
This
bridge.
is way.
so-
I mean, they've been teammates for on and off for a
Yeah.
long time.
Also,
right?
I
So
think it's still like slightly unconfirmed, but you know.
it's unconfirmed. But the rumor.
is.
The unconfirmed rumor
Sources
was that,
say.
There may have been a love triangle. I'll leave it
Oh,
at that.
shit.
So
Okay.
this
They
was
were-
like in the middle of TI that this was coming out.
and
could
they were
just
no
name
longer
their team
teammates after
Eskimo
TI,
Bros.
So.
Yeah, basically.
Bros.
You taught me that word. I didn't know what that was.
Do you know what
until I
the
heard
female
it.
equivalent of that is?
I forget.
Cave sisters. You didn't know that?
Oh my god.
You got Cave sisters. Oh boy. Okay. So let's see if there's any. Have you seen Whiplash?
No.
Okay, that was an easy question. Sorry, whoever asked that. What do you do these days for fun if you don't play Dota? What do you do for fun? Do you just
Do you have fun
you just
anymore,
work
Ben?
all the time or what?
Just hang out with my friends sometimes. Nothing super special. What normal people do, you know.
Okay.
Watching any good shows, movies lately?
Well, I got Movie Pass, so I watch stuff with Grace, but this is all getting super mundane.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
this is what you went for like
This is like
the worst questions.
what are you talking about? This is
Your interviewing
I don't do
skills have
anything
really
super.
Look,
actually.
I
I just
lost
do what
my-
I do for fun. It's
lost
just
my interview
normal stuff.
passion, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in a while. I'm sorry. Chat, if you wanna ask more questions, feel
You're
free to
supposed
go in the
pick better
Discord.
questions.
Give us some good questions, okay? Let Ben tell a story.
Oh yeah. Oh, so many stories.
Yeah, we wanna tell we want drama. That's what we want. We don't want anything else.
Drama.
We already had a few stories.
Because you're leaving, so you can just tell whatever now,
Yeah,
right?
you can.
I mean, I could've done
you
it
can let it
before.
all.
You just
all hang
drop
out
the
then.
mic. And
no
just
one
peace
asked me
out.
before, dude.
So as
Drama.
yeah, what's the most? Do you know any like Dota drama that you feel is under the radar right now? Are you a subscriber to girlfriends ruin teams?
Sometimes.
To that theory, because that's someone made an analysis on the league subreddit about it. They had like a whole thing like how many girlfriends does each team have and what their results are relative to that.
There was one TI Valat was following it too, with like all the teams who brought girlfriends to TI, and he was
Yeah,
like following their
yeah.
results, and they were just doing
the
they're
Vlad
doing worse.
stats.
Yeah, it was the stats were there.
The V1 lat is an
You
analyst.
can't blame the girlfriends for that, man. It's the players.
Well, I'm
who
not
have
blaming
to
the girlfriends. I'm
balance
saying the
the-
players can't handle it.
It's the player's mindset.
Yeah.
If they're willing to bring their girlfriend there and have them be involved in the event, and their mindset is not one that's conducive to winning TI, I guess.
Have you met Ice Frog?
Yeah.
Oh shit! And you knew you met him because a lot of Dota talent think they've met Ice Frog. They just don't know.
I met him
I'm not
so
gonna
long
say anything
ago.
else.
He's
I
not
don't
gonna
even
say.
remember what he looks like. Actually,
Okay.
I don't know if I've
All
ever
right.
seen him again.
Wow.
I didn't
That's harsh.
realize. I didn't realize.
Such an
that-
unimportant person to
it was
LT. He doesn't
2012.
even remember what he
It's
looks like.
2012, dude.
Oh, he's just a
It was
guy.
6 years ago.
Yeah. I got
Uh,
pulled aside. I thought I was in trouble with Valve because I got pulled aside like really secretly,
Mhm.
and it wasn't until like a minute in, like some guys talking to me about Dota. I was like, oh, I guess I'm not in trouble. I was like, sorry, but who are you?
You asked him who he was.
I didn't know it was fucking Ice Frog. It was
That's
just
funny.
like this moment where I'm
That's
just like,
actually-
he's just talking to me like as if he knows me. Like
He's just talking to you. You're like, who the fuck are you, dude?
I'm like, I just see like, obviously it's weird for me because I'm not the most socially normal person that all the time, and I'm just like, look, I haven't introduced myself. I guess you know who I am, but like, sorry, but who are you? So
Yeah.
That's
those situations
pretty
always
good.
weird when you meet people who know you and you don't know them because it's like I don't
Yeah.
know exactly what to say here because you're talking to me as if you know me, and I maybe have talked to you online, but I don't know what you look like.
Ice Frog did talk to me once on Skype.
Nice,
He said, we'd like to do, you want to do interviews? And I said, yes. And that was it.
cool.
That used to be. That was like my probably craziest moment was when I got the Ice Frog Skype message for the first time.
He doesn't do it anymore. It's sad.
He's got a patch every 2 weeks
know,
now
this is-
to come out with.
You know, he liked our countdown stream so much that he felt that we need to have more of them. That's what it was.
Good. Yes, as usual, you're very modest, Ken.
Best region, in your opinion, right now?
Can I leave it to real analysts?
Okay, I'll skip that one. What's your best demon story?
Oh, man. I have so many.
Yeah, you hit us with one. Come on.
You played with him on MYM?
I played with him on MIN. I think EG
Okay.
at one point too.
Hit us with a demon story.
I mean, every single pub I play with him, or at least back in the day, he's like, "Hey Ben, watch this," and he would just do something just ridiculously stupid. Just like
It's like he's competing
I
with
even
himself.
know he's gonna do something stupid, and it still blows my mind every time, and we just laugh about it. It's just like every time we play pubs back in the day, just do
You doing
something
pro games too?
incredibly
Did
stupid.
you know Demon is the worst liar ever?
Oh, I believe that.
In Mafia, the first time he played Mafia, he was Mafia, and someone goes, "Demon, are you Mafia?" And he goes, and he just starts laughing, and he goes, "All right, I'm done, guys," and he just walks out. Literally, the first question, he couldn't even just say no. Okay,
Yeah, not the
next.
best poker face.
Would you be active in Dota if Valve offered you a job? I don't even know if you want to answer this one, but do you want to
I
answer?
don't know.
Yeah.
If I want it.
Have you ever played League?
Yes, I was in Taiwan. My little cousin wanted to take me to LAN Cafe, and I played 2 games.
How'd you do?
Not that well.
Which champion did
I
you
don't-
play?
I don't remember, dude.
I still remember I think 1 or 2 games. I played the Drow Ranger one.
Dude,
that
I played
shoots the
6
arrow
games.
across the map. Do you know, who's that one?
I played Cogmao.
Oh yeah, that one. That one's kind of cool. I like the
Cogmao.
arrow.
You have Global Arrow, Global Marana Arrow. It's great.
Yeah, I got him to play a couple games of Dota, so I felt it was fair.
Did he like it?
Yeah, he liked it.
He didn't
liked
mind
Puck.
the turn rate?
He never mentioned anything about
I think the
rate.
turn
Maybe he
rate's
was
like-
so new that he didn't even realize that there was a difference.
Okay.
Lag.
All right. Can you guys help me get out of low priority? No. I can answer
You're
that one for
probably
you.
in there for a good reason.
Oh, Conrad used to play. There was a manager that played for his players
Conrad used to do. Getting
people
called
out
out
of
right now.
LP.
You're not allowed to.
What?
You're not allowed to do that. You can't
Didn't
do
Charlie
that, right?
do it too? For
No,
EG
this
players
is
going
way back when. I don't know. I don't know.
Charlie
if
used to
they're allowed
do
to
Sumail's homework, right? That was the rumor.
Yeah. I mean,
Allegedly, Conrad used to do this.
Conrad used to play low prio. He'd have to win though, isn't it? Like high MMRs and
I
kind of
don't.
hard.
No,
Wait, did you have to win back then?
low prio is just like a shit fest.
I don't
think it
remember.
Really matters.
Are we gonna have call-ins here?
Yeah, we should.
Can we get?
Let's get
Blitz wants to
Conrad
call
on
in.
the
Can we get
line.
Conrad?
Conrad would
Uh,
charge his
can you-
players to
can
get
you,
them out of
um,
low prio.
Here, I'll link
Jeez.
Blitz to Discord. He wants to call in.
Yeah, I watched him, and he was
I
just.
sent you the link.
He was
on-
just playing
on
this
there.
Dota game, and he just looked like he just did not care at all about the game. He was just like, "Oh, hey, what's up, guys?" I'm like, "You're playing Dota, right? No one does this. Like, just casually plays Dota with one hand." So he didn't care about the game. So I was like, "Well, what are you doing?" And then he told me what he was doing. I was like, "Okay, that makes a lot more sense."
But isn't China the?
Oh yeah, they used to have. So
They just push the two like.
Yeah, so in China, it was just agreed upon that you would just push your respective safe lane. All 5 heroes would go to the safe lane, then the other 5 heroes would go to
so
the safe lane,
amazing.
and you just push, and just no fighting. You just push, game end, throw, that's it. That's all you do. Like, you do not touch any other
China.
heroes at all, and it's just the most efficient
Really
way possible
efficient.
to,
Yeah,
to win the game.
that's great. I low prio in China sounds amazing. That sounds relaxing, honestly. Get into low prio.
Have
Sounds
any
fun.
pros gotten the 6-month ban yet?
No one's gonna reveal that. They're
Yeah,
not gonna be
they're
like,
just gonna
guys, I
go-
got 6-month ban.
I think a
You'll
lot
get
of
a
them
shit
play on
on.
Smurfs anyways,
Yeah, I
so.
guess that most of them have multiple accounts.
Can you actually tell if people have gotten banned via?
I don't think
anything?
so.
If
Not
they don't
unless you
play
know
for
with
6
them.
months.
You
would know,
Yeah, but if it's, you could just say, oh, I want to play my other Smurf.
That's
Something
true.
like that. I don't know. My MMR was too high on that Smurf.
Getting
to
my
play another
Smurf
one.
from 4K to 10K.
So, what percentage of Dota 2 players will go to Artifact once it comes out? That's hard to say. I don't think that question.
less than 1%.
It's nice for casual people though, because as we mentioned earlier, it's not great to play Dota casually. Like you can't, if you play 10 games a week, you feel like you're getting worse. If you play 3 games a week, you're gonna get worse.
Yeah.
And you just get destroyed all the time. And you play like 20 plus games a week, then you actually feel like you're getting better, or you're getting somewhere, or you're having fun with friends. So I think there's a big, I play 0 games of Dota, I play 20 games of Dota, or if you have time for that, I think that's a really good audience to.
I mean, is that really?
Info.
Is that like they've like kind of tried to fix it, right? Like they have
With
the turbo
Turbo, yeah.
mode. I
Turbo
guess.
is fun.
I've
by
never
the way.
played Turbo.
Turbo is actually kind of fun. When I
Right.
don't play a lot of Dota, I play Turbo because it's
Yeah,
just
see,
I don't have to fuck
that's
around.
a very good
Yeah.
solution too.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like
Zeus is actually really broken in Turbo, by the
Yeah,
way.
I can imagine.
I'm sure a lot of things are really broken.
Do you guys imagine that like Dota pros could actually go pro in like Artifact or card games? Like, is there crossover in the skills there, or not so much?
I mean, Ben's someone that plays a lot of Dota and a lot of card games. I don't think there's them. Like, if you're smart, you're smart. But I think.
I mean, I think a lot of Dota pros are just good at games in general. Like, look at S4. He's like what global elite in CS. Like,
Yeah.
there's lots of examples like that. So I'm sure some of them could make the crossover. Some would probably, obviously, not be that well suited.
Because
to
I'm
it.
just refreshing the Dota 2 Twitter because we're just waiting for this thing to drop. It's 11:15. It hasn't dropped yet, so it'll happen today though.
Let us know when it happens.
So what would you improve about the current presentation, like the analysis panel and draft? What do you think Dota broadcasts are missing? Do you have an answer to that? Do you have an idea? Or
One thing that I actually wanted to incorporate at some point was like, how this was before the telestrator, but like, what if every single person on the analyst desk actually had their own like tablet or something they could actually like draw stuff on, or have like a lot of the times when we're talking about draft, we don't have a hero pool in front of us, whereas the players do. So it's actually pretty hard for us to be like, when you have the hero pool in front of you, you can kind of you have a much better idea of.
I'm really surprised they haven't
what.
added that.
Yeah, I think
I
that
asked.
should have been in there a
I
long
know
time
I asked
ago.
for it. I'm sure a lot of other casters did like years ago, but
Yeah,
for whatever
but
reason,
I
it
mean,
just never got
I
added.
can kind of see it from an organizer's point of view, because a lot of times they need to like dump their sponsor overlays on there, so maybe they don't have space. For
Well, I
it,
think
but
like
for the analyst,
yeah, they should just be able to.
definitely have that.
As a spectator, you should be able to see what
Yeah.
heroes are still available.
So
and who's
that
been
was
banned.
one idea that I wanted to have in the like, oh, here's this cool play. Let me show it to you. Boom, turn around my tablet, or have it like project to something, and then you can say, oh, here's this really cool play, and then like instead of having like Purge always having to do this thing, we can all individually kind of highlight what we want, and instead of just like us talking about it, it's much easier if you have like a Dota replay going on right behind you. So
That is a recurring problem at a lot of like big events. Is the analysts either do not have computers or do not have working internet
Yeah.
on their computers.
yeah, when I was casting, I was like, man, I have 2 basic requirements as a co-caster. I need a computer, which I actually did not have at a lot of events.
Yeah, it's surprising how many.
And I wanted a cough button, which is
Even
I feel like
even
also
on
pretty
analyst tests, we often wouldn't get computers.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
no,
like,
or they'll have the laptops, but then it's
Yeah.
like on the Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi is not
Yeah, I'm
working
just
because
like,
it's
oh,
available
man.
to like the 500 other people working the event. so-
Yeah. It's like I need information to analyze, and I also need a computer. I was like, I don't think
I'm not asking for a lot here, guys.
being ridiculously far fetched, but some of the events didn't have it. And that
Meanwhile,
was-
they have like a masseuse and all kinds of awesome
So
other stuff.
this next question is I think he answered that one. He said he wouldn't go to TI if it was just one event because he didn't feel that it would be you would be like sharp enough. You don't want to like go there if you're not really.
Well, if I were to go, I would play a lot of Dota before.
Yeah.
I think
or
it's
try to play a lot of
really hard for an analyst to like half-ass their job and
Yeah,
still do a
it's-
good job
I-
of it.
At least for me, it's very obvious when I'm like, oh man, he knows nothing about this team.
Even as a play-by-play caster, like it's still hard when you're not able to play the game as much, but it's like infinitely harder as an analyst. So
You can't call and draft picks. You don't have
Yeah.
any idea.
if
of
you
the
have a good
strat.
co-caster, like you can kind of just avoid saying what you don't know, try to limit, to just commentate on what you do. But if you don't have a good analytical partner, then you're pretty screwed as a play-by-play as well.
I'm trying to get Blitz in here on the.
A production around. I don't know if because we put another mic in, so I don't know where the.
It
I
says
hear it.
patch countdown, right?
I hear the Discord sounds.
Boop, boop.
That's from Kent, so we can hear people, but I
Yeah.
don't know if they can hear.
I think they can
us.
hear us.
They'll hear us, hopefully through mine.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm linking.
should
I'm
be.
linking
Whoop.
Will. Let's see if he can get in here.
he's in.
He's in.
He's muted.
Hello.
I
Let me
I'm-
just unmute him. How do I unmute him?
he
Hold
needs
on.
to unmute himself. I think that's on his
Server
side.
mute.
Oh,
Okay.
did he get in
Hello?
punishment queue?
Turn him up.
Oh, I got to turn him up. Hold on.
Can we do that?
The user volume is pretty high, as max already. So.
Discord volume?
Which one
Can you
is
hear
the
me?
Discord?
Oh yeah, we can hear you. Can the
There's-
stream hear you?
There's like a
Hello?
gain up.
Okay, I can hear you.
So if we can hear them,
Can
that
you hear
means
us?
that they can. Can you hear us, Will?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. What's up, Blitz? What do you have anything to say to Ben on his last broadcast ever?
I don't know. I just saw him this morning. He stayed over at our house.
Mm-hmm.
How was
You
Valentine's
went to
Day?
the gym.
Yeah, I went to the gym.
I offered to take him to Wingstop, but it
Thanks,
wasn't open.
Brett.
He knows their hours. Not surprised.
So we have a special gift for you, Ben.
Okay.
Will,
Hit
are
me.
you watching the stream?
Okay, I'm watching the stream.
All right. So we
Don't
we
act
got
like you weren't.
we got a special memorial image of Ben. We're gonna put this up
Okay.
in our sets. Okay. Is a picture of him in his most iconic BTS moment in the bathtub. We want you to sign this eventually with a marker.
Okay.
Ben Merlini Woo, and we'll put it up.
Good
During our
times.
hub or whatever.
Dude, the bathtubs have gotten us in a lot of hot water. We had Ben with his parents, and
You got
you
taken
know
down.
Bruno and Suns fan. The stream got shut down by
That was
Twitch,
hilarious.
Twitch police.
Yeah.
They
Who
have
would
a
have we
checkered
would-
history.
Dude, that
you know?
that stream would not abide by the Twitch community guidelines now. We're not wearing normal gear in it.
No, you
no,
can.
It has to be sexual.
You can show
It can't be
nips now.
sexual.
We can
Nips,
sh-
nips
what?
are back.
Those were non-sexual
The
nips.
You
nips
can
are
show
back, Ben.
nips.
I don't
Dudes
know.
can show
When I
nips.
was in that bathtub with Envy, that would be legal right now.
Yeah,
or-
but I was naked in the bathtub. Would that still be
you didn't
legal?
see what was going on.
Yeah,
underneath
you-
it.
he was not naked.
Will, what's your favorite Ben moment that you remember?
My favorite bed moment?
Yeah. Do you have a Ben story that you want to tell us?
Okay. So, there's like a few.
Oh,
Okay,
I'll tell
well,
you my
hit us
least
with a few.
favorite
Come on.
first.
I don't know if I'm ready for these.
Yeah, let's go.
So my least favorite thing that Ben does to me is I'm gone a lot, and
Uh-huh.
he's over at my house for like all the major holidays. I'm not. So whenever I'm back, he'll make a joke in front of my mom and say like, "Man, it's so good having you here because you know." And then he'll always tell my mom like some shit like, "I wish Will." Would. He's like,
You're
"It
cutting
sucks
out,
that
by
I
the
have
way.
to play the surrogate son and shit."
If you can set your open
And
mic
it makes
to
my mom really sad.
your mom, because you're not home. Well, you need to be a better son,
Yeah.
Will.
That's
Better
what
son.
That's what
To
I
be
say.
fair, Ben is a very good.
Oh,
Surrogate
well,
son.
it's so nice seeing you around. And his mom just like,
It just
troll
makes
all the time.
everyone else sad.
Ben.
no, it doesn't. It makes me happy.
He's in.
I'm so happy.
So let me s-
Oh,
let me s-
and when he says shit about Grace, that really annoys me.
What
In
do
a
you
good
say?
way though. Like when we'll see a girl and I'll say, "Ben, did you see that girl?" And Grace won't even be around, and he'll say, "I see no other women aside from your sister."
All right. If your mom had to pick between you and Ben, would she pick Ben?
There's like a, I don't think so, because my mom loves me so much,
you
but
keep
she
cutting
likes
out.
Ben a lot, like a
If
lot.
she could clone one of you two to have a second one of you right now, so she had a third, like person that's all was over her house, would she pick you or Ben?
Probably pick Ben because he's really handy. I think like the first like month he was dating Grace or some shit, he fixed our toilet.
What? Really?
What?
Yeah,
I don't think that was me. I don't think that was Grace.
Grace.
that was definitely Grace. You definitely fixed our toilet.
Oh boy.
Did I? I don't know.
Hit us with
You
a
never
second.
fixed our toilet.
Hit us with a second Benjamin Wu story. Do you have a second one?
Can I tell the one about the pigeon
The what?
outside of Shanghai?
I don't remember
Sure.
that.
Yeah,
I don't
go
remember
for
that
it,
one.
dude.
All right, so we're at Shanghai Major, and this is the one that Archon played at, and I saw a pigeon vomit. I said, "Wow, that pigeon had a rough night," and Ben said, "Yeah, he probably saw Archon."
Oh man, we flamed Archon so hard.
Oh.
They also had that like. They also had that like They had their intro video, but they only showed it like once. All the teams made the stadium or whatever, but there was a lower bracket and there was a best of
Oh,
one.
you're gonna
So
tell this
they like had to show every single intro video before the team played because they weren't sure if they were going to lose, especially the lower bracket teams. So it was like Archon. I don't know what they were doing, but they were like trying to do something cool for each of the teams. So Archon's was like they're all like huddled around this table and there's a map. And then I was joking and said, "Oh, how do we get back home, guys?" I remember. Oh man, Archon Flames. Oh.
That was like the easiest like team to just bash into that.
Yeah,
event.
like,
I was-
Archon's the best Hearthstone team, okay, guys? Can we
Dude,
not?
we've had some great Dota team intro videos. Do you guys remember was it G1 League with the Team Liquid, Abyss of Suffering, TC, Fluff and Stuff video?
Archon Amaz. Remember Amaz?
No.
Amaz, the
Maybe Dota.
Hearthstone streamer?
Sure.
Guys
What does
know
he
that
do
guy?
now?
I mean, all I know is that his old account is now the San Francisco Shock Overwatch account. Twitter.
Not the only
Who
old
would-
account that's
They
been
swapped it out.
repurposed.
Twitter accounts to an Overwatch team. Who would
They
do
just
that?
swapped it. So they have like 100,000 followers on it, and people are like, "Wow, they really built their social." They swapped the fucking account for like 80K.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's a smart way to do it, dude. Because if you look at the people that are following, it's all Hearthstone fans, like the first like 10,000. Just fuck.
There's a lot of crossover with the Blizzard games.
Yeah, because no one unfollows.
At least
accounts.
like 10% of them probably care about Overwatch.
Okay, Will, do you have another one? Hit us with another story.
Shit. It's harder when I'm like on the spot.
Okay.
Were you there at the TI qualifier hub, the very first one we did? Do you have any Ben stories from that? That's my favorite Ben story.
Which qualifier?
The first one, the
very
the
original
very
one?
first time we brought Ben out.
TI3 one.
Oh, when we did the Eastern qualifiers, right?
I think Ben and Will should tell a Bambo story from living with him in Korea. Have you guys?
Oh shit.
Can you guys
Which
tell some?
one?
'Cause
There's so
anyone,
many.
it's
Actually,
hilarious.
there's some inappropriate ones.
Yo, you don't have to tell.
There's a lot of
There's a lot of
inappropriate
inappropriate
Well,
ones.
you know, anything that you feel that would not get you in too much trouble.
We used to have a Street Fighter tournament at our house.
Okay.
Like real time, like once a week. It's not actually that funny. It's only funny if you know Bambo.
Uh-huh.
And we'd have this tournament,
can we
and
give
Ben
some-
like
some people might not know Bambo as well
Yeah.
as we do.
Well,
Okay,
describe Bambo.
Bambo is
irrational confidence.
the most confident
the
person
best.
you will
The
ever
most-
meet.
And you think it's like bravado, but it's really not. He just
I probably
has
taught
this
him a few things.
unshaking belief in.
He thinks he's the best at literally everything.
Yo, we can't tell that story.
Why
There's
not?
actually
You can
no
tell the
way
story.
that I'm allowed to tell that story.
Yeah, you can. You tell it.
There's
Blitz.
zero
Tell the
chance
story,
in
Blitz.
hell that I'm telling that.
Well,
story.
let's tell it.
That's actually my favorite Bambo moment of all time because it perfectly
Well,
encapsulates
now
Bambo.
you're talking about it
but
too much.
it's not
so
my
you-
story.
You're gonna have to tell it.
Is this from the Romania?
But it perfectly encapsulates Bambo.
It really does. But anyways,
Give us a TLDR. Give us
so
a really big TLDR of that. You don't have to tell the whole
I
thing.
can't do that.
Just do it. I
Dude,
give
it's
an
so
authorization.
No, you don't. It doesn't work like that, dude. Or you'd be telling the story
Can't
right
you
now. Anyways,
can't you just substitute out the names for other
Yeah,
people?
substitute out the names.
well, you fucking know now who it's about.
What?
Just tell the story. The chat really wants
I know.
you to
I mean,
tell
I
it.
know the story, but I think you could replace the names.
I think you
in
just.
the
I
places.
don't-
Blitz, no
Here,
one's
Except
gonna
Will,
Bambo.
I'll
I
come up with the
don't know
names
if
for
it's
you. All right.
I don't know if it's the best story to tell
Theodore.
from Bambo side is the problem.
Sarah.
Can you tell us a
He
hypothetical
didn't know
story
though. He
that-
didn't know until he got there. So just tell the story.
Shit. So my friend Rambo is what Cap says. No, dude, there's absolutely no way that this is a story that is appropriate to tell.
Can you tell us a
Hey,
different
let me ask
story?
Bambo real fast. Let me ask Bambo.
All
He's
right,
online.
ask him. Ask him about the story, and if
If he's
you can
cool
tell
with it, I'll tell the story.
All right.
If he's cool with it, I'll tell the
All
story.
right, hit us,
Otherwise,
in the meantime,
there's no
Ben,
way
hit
that
us
I
with
should.
a second Bambo story that's PG-13.
There's just so many. I just have to describe the guy. Okay, he's just like he is just super confident. He's pretty short. He's like I don't know
5'4".
5'4".
Yeah.
Usually like I don't know. He's not a dick about it. He's just super confident. He just like truly believes that he's one of the greatest Dota players ever. I actually think he's really good at Dota, by the way. And he's also just hilarious. But he's a little bit shy sometimes. Like I remember we did an event with him at ESL, and he was like he was. Weren't you working there then?
Yeah, that was the fake analyst desk battle view that we did. I remember that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just think he's so funny because I still can't ever get over the fact of how confident he is. Every time he says something, I'm like, this has got to be a joke. And every time it always keeps escalating, and it's never a joke with Bambo. He's like, what? What are you talking about?
He was so confident in Smash, and he's just not good at Smash.
It's not just Dota.
He just rematched me
It's
over and
everything.
over, and he'd just be like, you just got lucky. And it was like 10 times in a row. It's like, I don't expect you to be good at Smash. You don't play the game, but he thinks he's like amazing at it. It's crazy. And didn't he bring a couch at Zephyr? Didn't he like replace his
Oh, dude, he plays lying down on the couch. It's crazy. So imagine this is the
Okay,
couch.
he told me I can tell it.
Oh, okay,
nice.
we're in.
Hit us the story.
business.
Oh man, I can't wait.
All right.
Wait,
I
hold
don't
on a
actually
second.
know if it's that
Can
funny.
you turn
It's
down
just-
your open mic threshold? Because sometimes you cut out.
Yeah.
Mine?
If
Oh,
you have
sorry.
it
cut out,
open
you're
mic.
I'll just
cutting
hold
out.
mine down for this story.
All right,
Okay.
all right. Hit
I'll
us,
just
hit
hold
us the
mine.
story. Whew, I'm
Okay,
excited.
he said it's fine. He said, all right. So Bambo's hitting on this girl. Well, let's call her Sarah, okay? For
What?
quite some
Now
time.
you have to use. Did you say that you had to use anonymous names?
Yeah, I said I'd use anonymous names, and he said I could do it. He said it was funny. So this is how I got Bambo onto Zephyr. Actually, this is how I
recruitment
convinced
story.
Bambo to come to Zephyr.
Wow.
So, for a while he was hitting on this girl named Sarah. Fuck, I'm gonna accidentally slip and say her name. I know I am.
Her name's not Sarah.
And like all the time, he would ditch me to go play with her because we used to play party queue games all the time. And then
Wait, do pros
one
play
time,
with girls
Sarah,
sometimes?
Let him tell a story. Shut the
Sarah said like Sarah would ask me questions about Bambo. She would say something like, "Yo, how tall is Bambo?" And then I would ask Bambo. I'd say, "Yo, how tall am I supposed to? How tall am I supposed to tell her you are?" And he'd say like, "Tell her I'm like 5'9". And I was like, I just lied for him. I was like, okay, he's like 5'9". And then eventually, Bambo goes to see her because she takes a break with her boyfriend. She's on break with her boyfriend. Like they sort of break up. Bambo thinks he breaks up, and I like Bambo, my boy. He gets it in somehow. And this is a very attractive girl. To give ups to Bambo, and then so Bambo
traveled?
goes to see her, and I get a message from Bambo on Skype, and he's like, "Dude, I fucked up." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And Bambo says, "I'm hiding under a window right now because Sarah's boyfriend drove 4 hours to come see her to try to fix their relationship." And Bambo, and then she tells him to hide, so he goes out like onto the fire escape. It's like it's an actual movie scene. And then Bambo's hiding under the fucking fire escape, texting me saying like, "Dude, he's gonna find out." And then the dude finds condoms that they used, and obviously at that
Responsible,
point-
responsible.
yeah, the
Admirable,
jig is
you know?
up.
Props.
Okay.
Yeah, the jig is up, and she summons Bambo in, and Bambo's like, "Dude, what do I do?" And I was like, "Don't die." And I was like, "Please don't
Die.
fucking die."
We
And I
need
was
you
like,
to play
"This
in
guy might
Nexon.
kill you."
Don't die.
I fucking told him
We
to
gotta
run.
win.
And then so he goes inside and he says, I remember he's like, "Wish me luck." He's like, "If I die, like tell my story." So he goes inside. I don't hear back from him for like 5 hours or something. Then he finally responds and he tells me that they went to lunch and the guy knew who he was. And so obviously it's fucking clear what's going on. Sexy Bambo just like came in, banged your girlfriend, and Bambo says
Let
it
me
was the
buy
most
you lunch.
awkward lunch of all time.
Lunch
Because
with them?
the guy didn't really confront, like talk about what happened. All he wanted to talk about was Dota stuff with Bambo. And it was very clear. And then eventually the lunch ends. Bambo, they say like, "We need a few moments to like talk about our relationship." So they go back to the place. Bambo goes clubbing because he's in I can't remember. I should say
Goes
which was
straight
really-
to the
That's
club?
like his
Just a
reaction.
club.
What the? What a
Yeah,
fucking
he's just like,
god.
"Fuck it, I'm gonna go club."
Holy
And
shit.
then he returns 4 hours later, and this dude buys him a ticket back to go back to the Netherlands because they said they were gonna work on their relationship. And then at that point, I told Bambo, I was like, "Yo, you've got nothing better to do. Why don't you just come play Zephyr?" And then he agreed. And then shortly after, I asked him, I said, "Bambo, do you feel bad about what you did? You might have ruined a relationship." And he said, "I probably taught them a few things."
That last line gets me every fucking
Oh,
time. It
jeez.
encapsulates Bambo just more than that story encapsulates him more than anything we could ever describe. It's actually just, oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, I'm so glad he let me tell that story.
Of course he lets you tell it. It's Bambo.
Oh, jeez.
What do you think
What
he's?
a guy.
That story makes him look like a fucking G.
I mean, that guy banged that dude's girlfriend and got a return ticket out for free. So
He should've-
that was pretty godlike.
He should have sent him a
Holy
Zephyr
shit.
T-shirt.
Yeah, send him a Zephyr t-shirt. Oh my god.
Wasn't there at some point where you had to like alter down the heights because it was just becoming too absurd?
No. The main thing was that she just kept asking me how tall he was because she could clearly see in all the photos that he was short. But she was like 5'7", so she was taller than Bambo, and I just like I couldn't really. I said I thought 5'9" was kind of reasonable, but then when he shows up and he's like 5'4", I don't think she cared at that point. Like
Blitz.
Bambo's got a lot of charisma, so.
Have you ever dated someone that was taller than you?
Yeah, I did in college.
Oh wow. Okay. Me too. Have you ever dated anyone taller
Nope.
than you? Nope. I'm pretty sure you haven't. You're like
No.
6 foot whatever, a basketball player or something. What about you? No. Hard. Bambo accomplishing things. It's hard to do.
Yeah, go Bambo, honestly.
Yeah.
Mad props to Bambo.
Kinda feel bad for that
Bambo's,
guy, though.
Jesus Christ.
Did he even get like a Dota lesson out of it?
He got to meet Bambo,
You got
one
to
of the
meet Bambo.
greatest of all time. What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, dude.
What a story.
So that's Bambo. That's
Okay.
that's just.
Wow. Okay.
That was such an inappropriate story.
That
to tell.
really
appropriate,
was.
dude. That
I'm
was fine.
surprised that Conrad isn't shutting us down right now.
Dude, it's a completely fictional account of what happened, guys. That didn't actually happen. It was totally fake, right?
This is
Pseudonym.
this is just a fiction.
Oh, did I tell you? I saw her again, like in person.
What?
Sarah?
I saw
saw
Sarah in person.
Jane Doe?
It was at ESL New York,
Did you bring up
and
the
I
story?
saw her, and I couldn't stop laughing. Poor girl. I felt really bad about it. But all I
What?
could think about was Bambo because it was so fun.
You saw her
You
just kept
didn't
laughing.
bring it
to
up?
our face.
You did bring it up.
I went up the stairs to the after party, and I saw her, and I immediately thought of Bambo, and I'm an idiot, so I just started laughing like really.
So you're
Kinda
like,
loud.
"Hi, Sarah."
And
and you just started laughing?
she saw me laughing, and she immediately left the party.
Oh!
I felt
why did you do
really-
that?
I
Man,
felt
that's
really
like the
bad
walk
about
of
that.
shame happening like.
Jesus
Why did
Christ.
you
Yeah,
just leave her
later.
alone?
Oh my
I
god.
wasn't
help
trying
it.
to like embarrass her. I really was not. It was so funny to me because all I could think about. It was so funny.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Blitz,
Bambo
you're an
also
ass.
said, "Mod me, bitch."
Do you want Bambo to get in the channel? I'm down. If Bambo wants to
I
join the
think
Discord.
I've got mod.
Get him in here.
It's Sexy Bambo on Twitch.
I don't know, dude. Get him in the Discord.
I added Sexy Bambo as a mod. Yeah, send him the link if you want, Will.
Oh wait, do I get Bambo in here?
Sure, why not?
I dragged Slacks in here. Can you
Wait,
hear
how do I
us?
get Bambo in here?
Oh, and the Street Fighter story.
Hello.
Oh shit. Okay.
Hello.
Slacks. Slacks, what's up?
Hello.
Hi,
Hey.
Slacks.
I thought we were telling Merlini stories, but no way's beating that fucking Bambo story. Holy shit!
you have a Merlini story you want to tell?
I do have a Merlini
Oh.
story.
All right,
that
hit
I'd
us
love to
with a
tell.
story.
Not
Alright.
this.
This is the story of the first time that I met Merlini.
Okay.
Okay, it was ESL New York, and it was my first event ever, and
Mhm.
I'm so excited to go do this event and stuff. I get to meet Dota people and all that stuff. you
This is
know?
your big break.
And it was the big break. I'm in the lobby, and all the Dota people are going to go get dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But I had this meeting with well, I didn't have a meeting before, so everyone's going to eat, and I'm off on my own. And Merlini comes up to me and he goes, "Oh, hey, you're that new guy. Why don't you come and eat with us?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm in. This is it. This is so great."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on my way to dinner, and then I get this message from Mott and Gerg. Now I was very confused, but at the time I thought that Mott and Gerg worked for Valve. I don't know why. But I was like, oh my god. Mott wants to meet with me, the Valve guy. So I'm going to this fancy dinner and stuff, and I'm sitting across from Merlini, and I'm staring at my phone. And I'm looking at him, and everybody's there. And I'm like, guys, I have a prior engagement. I need to go. And Merlini's face, just this utter face of confusion and shame. And he's like, what are you talking about? We're having dinner. And I'm like, sorry, I need to go now. And I'll never forget your look, Merlini. When I walked out of that restaurant, like, who the fuck is this kid?
Is that what you
And
thought?
I was like,
at the time?
I had no idea what was happening. I was just like, huh? I don't know.
When Valve calls you, you gotta
you were
go.
in, and then you went to have dinner with
it was
Gerg.
bad. It was like
How
I
the fuck
ordered
did you think that Gerg worked for Valve?
I don't know, but it was bad. I like ordered a steak, and then
Yeah, I remember
left.
this. It was a nice
Oh
steak
my
place,
God.
and there were a lot of
It was-
people.
It was like a $30 steak, and I was just like, I'm leaving now. And Merlini's like, what the fuck? And I didn't talk to him for like a year after that. So he scared the hell out of me.
Jesus.
So thank you, Merlini, for forgiving me.
Oh
Thank
man,
you.
it reminds me of the first time K-pop Doses came on the show. Remember, we're like introing K-pop to BTS. Remember when we had that show back in the older
studio,
studio?
yeah.
And then
shit.
he was talking about himself. And then I'm not a huge stats guy just because I think like I don't know, Dota's pretty complex and you can't just dumb it down to a stat. And then I was like a skeptic on it, and he was like talking all this stuff about stats and stats and stats and stats and stuff. He's like, so why should
we listen to you?
I was like, why should we listen to you? And he's just like, I could see him like it looked like he got physically hit at that point. He's just like, oh.
And Brian had like no experience on camera. He had never been a talent before, and just out of nowhere, like the sledgehammer goes down.
I was legitimate. I was asking legitimate questions. I was like, I don't really believe in stats. Why should we believe you? And then I don't remember if he had a great response, but I remember his.
It's weird because he's a guy who's very like off camera. He will argue like
Yeah, he is
endlessly.
You can troll him so easily because you just say something. He knows you're being false, but he can't help but start arguing about it.
Yeah.
Slacks, you have some great stories. Shanghai, DAC.
Man.
Hit us with some stories, Slacks.
Oh,
DAC.
DAC.
This is the Merlini show. I was just telling Merlini stories.
Yeah,
I will
give
say
us a second
one,
Merlini
okay,
story.
So another Merlini story. We were at another event one time, and I hadn't really like listened to pro games yet. This is still like a really early event. I like went to TI4. I went to this other thing, but I didn't like listen to pro game, and I was just blown away by how good Merlini was, like his analyst skills and stuff. And he's just talking about shit I had no idea. Like I'm a fucking 2K scrub. Anyway, so I walk up to him and I start watching him, and I'm like, how is he preparing for this? Is he like on his notebook or something? And I go up.
I know exactly. I know where this is going now. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god. So I watch him the entire time that the game is happening. He's on his phone playing fucking mobile game. He didn't even watch the goddamn game. And he was like the most genius motherfucker ever, and I felt like such an idiot. I felt like I got robbed, but I was like, that guy's got skill. Homie's been playing Clash Royale for the last hour and a half, and
Sometimes he played Hearthstone.
perfect.
I remember at
analyze that game.
Kiev, I brought a notebook once because I don't know, I had like maybe not played for a few weeks before that, so I decided to take some notes during the games. And then what happened was I wrote down the bracket, and then I wrote down the winner of the first game, and then after that I didn't write anything else, and then I left my notebook there, and then I lost it. I was like, okay, there goes that.
Yo, Ben, do you remember when we got hired for that Red Bull thing from ESL?
Oh, that was the worst event ever.
Yeah, and then
Actually, that was better than
this
Deadpool.
guy, like, they put this professor in charge to, like, give them a
We
lecture
were
or something.
forced to do this.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Go to this lecture or something.
And everyone's
No
paying
idea
attention,
what-
and they pan the camera over to Ben, and he's very clearly playing Hearthstone.
I was like, I don't want to be a part of this at all. It's like,
Yeah.
What was the lecture about?
I don't remember. I mean, don't ask me. Ask Will.
Will, what was the lecture about?
Dude, I fell asleep.
If it was it
What it
Professor
means to
Zahan?
be an esports athlete.
It was not Professor Zahan.
It was something about. I think it was something about like esports and attitude or something like that. I don't know, something like that.
Doesn't sound like you paid attention to the
No, I
lecture,
didn't pay
Ben.
attention at all. I heard his brief, and I listened to the guy for like 30 seconds. Like, and I'm done.
They made you guys listen to it?
Yeah.
Where
I
was
didn't
it?
want-
Germany?
They didn't tell us that we were gonna have to listen to this lecture. I was like, why?
What
am
did
I
they sign you up for? Just like, oh, play some Dota?
Yeah, that's what they told us. Like, oh, it's gonna be like a showdown between you and Sing Sing, and you get to have some players on your team. I was like, okay, great, that sounds fun.
The old bait and switch. Play some Dota, and it's a lecture.
I got paid to play Hearthstone. Could be
How much?
worse.
How much?
Come to a talk show,
It's in
get sold on
Germany, I
some
think.
new
It was in
Bitcoin.
Germany.
You know, that's the other bait and switch.
Dang.
Yeah.
Damn.
Did you not
Take
hear
it easy.
Well, we got one sucker on the line.
No, I'm kidding.
That's rough.
Okay, I love you, Toby. I'm kidding. That's not what that was.
Jesus.
Oh,
God.
oof.
That's rough. Oh, Slacks.
Slacks, where's the
Why
footage?
don't you make a coin, Ben?
Where's the footage?
No.
Yo, Ben, do a coin.
Merlini
No.
coin.
Ben coin.
It'll be a very high morality coin.
There's only one.
High
He has
The
it.
most
morality.
scrupulous
There's one
coin
coin.
out there.
There's one coin. He has it. That's it. It's worth as much as he says it is. That's it. It's just one coin.
Makes a lot of sense.
Oh, Slacks.
Slacks, where's the footage from
Yo.
that ESL, the first one that you did, the New York one?
Shut up, hotbid. Sorry.
Where is
Jesus
it, man? That's where you got your start.
I got hired for this event, right? And I don't know if you guys remember ESL New York, but they had like the I Buy Power sponsorship. Holy shit.
That was a Pizza Hut one, too,
That
right?
was just like
Ooh.
all the computers broke
We-
4 times.
We had an
I
iBuy
literally
Power
saw
sponsorship.
the I Buy
Yeah.
Power like sponsor. I was walking in the hallway and I saw this guy. And he
Dude,
was laying
do
on
not
the-
buy computers from a company with the name Power in them. Like 2 companies.
Power.
I buy Power and Cyber Power PC. Oh my god.
Walking in the hallway, right, and I see this old man laying down on the ground crying.
What?
And I was like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Who are you?" And he goes, "I'm the I Buy Power."
No, you're
representative."
fucking lying. There's no way
I'm
that's
not
real.
fucking
There's
lying.
no way that's
He
a fucking
cried.
true
He
story,
was
dude.
crying. I'm 100%. But anyway, so yeah, this event, first event ever. They paid me ESL paid me like $70 to do the event, and I was ecstatic.
This is before the
was so
Facebook
happy.
days.
And I did all this content, and it was so fucked that they didn't run any of the content. And I was like, oh my God, did I do a bad job? They ran like one piece, and it was real bad.
Uh-huh.
And then I go home, and I don't know how to invoice people, and Red Eye invited me to the event, so I just sent him an email, and I was like, can I have my money? And he's like, who the fuck is this? And I never got paid for it.
Uh-huh.
And I thought they never paid me because it was I did a horrible job. So it was the scariest event of my life. They never aired anything. It was kind of like TI7. Just kidding.
Seems to be a recurring theme with you, Jake.
Yeah.
I thought your big break, Jake, was the Disruptor video at
Yep.
the summit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
That's still one of my
Just
favorites.
You,
That
you
is-
owe us everything, Jake.
I really do. I really do.
It's
owe
the
you guys
Disruptor
everything.
video.
That was like the big break. I heard I owed Ziori. He said he hired me to be the driver, guys. So that's
No,
what
your
he told me.
girlfriend
That
was
is true.
driving at the
He did-
time.
he
You're
did-
now wife, right?
He hired you and
That's
your
right.
girlfriend to
She was
drive.
she was driving.
Did I ever tell you a story about when she drove LGD home? You guys want to hear this?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I want to hear
Definitely.
that story. That sounds amazing. Hold on.
I don't think we have
Is this a
audio.
Disruptor video?
So,
Yeah, there's no.
oh God,
Wait, I don't. Oh, here it is.
ancient.
We got video, but it's
Look at
no
this shit.
audio.
Oh, I missed that
Oh, Ben, you
fucking
might like
shirt.
that.
I left that at Suns fan's house, and he won't give it back. Look at that full head of hair. Oh, that's fun, Dota.
This is before the. This is genuine player reactions. They did not know who the
Holy
fuck you were at
crap.
this event.
Puppy literally watch. He pushes me down the stairs for real. Like it was a joke, but no, he did. That was no joke. He literally pushed me down the stairs. That was my first interaction. All right. Anyway, so my girlfriend, right? She gets hired to be a driver for this event. She's
Uh-huh.
terrified. She has no idea what Dota is, what
Yeah.
anything is. You know, she's driving home LGD or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And
That
they
was the end
just
of the
lost
video?
their
What
game.
happened to the video?
I was gonna.
Oh,
I
sorry.
got Zairi. That's right.
Gods didn't
And,
want to have
she's
Zaire on
driving-
camera. clearly.
Yeah, he's.
It's okay. He had cut the
Shut
dredge
the
off
sheep.
at this point.
Shut it up!
Anyway, so she's driving home LGD, and they just lost. And I don't know if you guys know Chinese teams, but when they lose, they yell a lot. Like they're very vocal about stuff. She's driving and she misses the turn, and in the back of the car, LGD is just yelling at each other because it's like
Uh-huh.
a semi-final or something. And they're just yelling in Chinese, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I missed the turn, guys!" And they're screaming in the back. So she starts crying, and she's driving home just crying so sad.
'Cause she thought they were yelling at her.
Yeah, and they're just like, "Don't even!"
Whoa, whoa.
She went.
That is
I'm
not
just
what they
letting you know.
said, Jake.
That's
You
not
didn't
what
teach her Tamada?
Huh?
Should have thrown
Well,
one of those out
ping
there. Lob that in the back there.
Should have.
So yeah, then she went into. I was in the room. It was like the late night drive, and she comes in the room crying, and she goes to the bed, and she goes, "The Chinese hate me." And I'm like,
It's
"Oh,
just
sweetie,
Chinese.
what happened?"
All of them. They all hate her.
They all hate her.
She never worked another summit.
I know.
She really didn't. It was her last one. That was a rough event for her. It was her birthday, and the Russian broadcast crew that you guys had made her do 22 shots.
What?
And then she went upstairs
I
and
never heard this.
Arteezy.
Yeah, they forced her to
Yes.
do all those shots.
I mean, Then she went upstairs and Arteezy ran by her and fucking poked through a door, and she didn't even know who he was.
our
No,
TZ
that
door
was
tournament,
when
right?
he ripped the door off.
That was the one where he took the
Right.
door off.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was like
That was a
fucking
rough night,
terrifying
dude. There
for
was
her.
a lot
It
of
wasn't
shit going
Chinese guys yelling at her. It was like young Canadians bursting through doors and Russians getting her shit faced. It was a real rough event.
Were you there for Arteezy's first summit? It was the
Yeah.
first one. Do you remember like the night was it the after party with him and Fear?
Yep.
He really wanted to go outside with the shirt off, and Fear was just not having it.
The old Artur.
It really did feel like a father and son back then.
Back in those days,
Oh.
our tour was all happy and like still not
Okay.
jaded yet.
But still here.
I've got a summit story I've never told you guys, by the way. Can I tell this one?
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't want to steal the show here. But this pro player will be unnamed. So I'm
Okay.
the driver at this summit, right?
Mhm.
And Conrad is, he's there. It's my first time
Conrad
meeting
Jansen.
Conrad for C9 and whatever.
C9
I walk
Conrad.
out in. That's right. Walk out in the lawn, and a player that will not be named is face down in the lawn. He's just gone.
Mhm.
And Conrad's like, "Jake, we have to drive this guy home." And we're trying to like pick him up and stuff. Me and Conrad like literally
he's on
picked
C9.
this kid up. We put him in the car, and he's just fucked. And his
Uh-huh.
head is out the window. He doesn't say a goddamn word as we drag him into the car, and we start driving. His head is out the window, ready to puke. This is the first pro player I ever talked to. He makes eye contact with me, and for the entire ride, all he ever says is, "Help!" We drag him out of the car. We put him in his bed. We locked the door, and we left him. That poor boy.
You didn't hydrate him?
Oh,
That's unsafe.
huh?
Gotta give him some water.
Nah, I used to be an RA. I put him in the little baby fetal position. It was something. He will not be named, but
Not a lot of people.
it was
five
a pro player you
narrow it
would
down,
not expect.
If I
Who do you guys
recall,
think it is?
if I
I
recall
have a hunch.
correctly, oh sorry, go ahead.
I don't want to say. I don't want to call him out if I am correct.
Oh no, don't mention who it is. If I recall correctly, that was the summit where a couple of the managers believed that like their players were like being dosed with like LSD or something, which is not true. That did not happen.
remember that.
Well, actually, it did happen.
It's
I
like-
had a lot of LSD.
We were real
One of the
freaked out.
a couple of the managers came up to us because one player had like I think just a bad reaction to drinking alcohol
Yeah,
or
yeah.
smoking weed or something, and they were convinced that one of their players was being drugged. Like,
Man, you guys
it
just don't
was
know what's
really
happening
fucking weird.
behind the scenes. You guys think it's just.
I remember
You
that.
That
think
did
it's
not
like
happen.
sellout shit?
But,
you think
um,
sellout is the worst problem? We got LSD, kid.
Who would waste good LSD?
Yeah, we wouldn't give that shit for free.
Who's gonna
Kidding me?
Ugh.
Some quality content. Could you imagine? They're on
Merlini,
LSD?
do you do a bunch?
Film
You ever
'em?
do like drugs, bro? You ever do LSD, Merlini?
Nope. Do
All right,
you?
great talking to you guys. I'll see
Good
you
job.
later.
Thank you.
Did you have a follow-up with that, Slacks?
No,
Slacks,
I'm
you got a
just
story
wondering.
about anything else?
No, I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't smoke.
You sound nervous.
I'm afraid
Just
of what
like
could
somebody else, though.
happen. All right. All right, I'm gonna go play low pro. I'll see you guys later.
Thank
Drag
you.
me in if you want.
Thanks for the
catch you later.
story.
Just pay Conrad.
Bye,
Hi,
guys.
Jake.
So we're nearing the 2-hour mark. I know, Ben, you have to leave at some point, right?
Yes.
When do you have to leave?
I think I was supposed to be on here for 2 hours.
Okay, so
So we got seven
we have 7 minutes of
and
Ben left.
I came.
35
No, I
seconds.
came on
Sad.
around 18.
Oh God.
Okay, so we've got 25 minutes and 30 seconds left.
No, it's. No, he said
He
he's-
came on 18 after the hour.
Yeah, but he said he has to leave at 12.
No, I don't.
Oh.
He said after 2 hours.
Oh, okay,
I said
good.
after 2 hours.
We're
I
now
was worried for a second.
we're now a patch count upstream.
What? You told me you were only on for 45 minutes, man.
I mean, Ken also said that I was going to do this, and I said I'll think about it. So there's a lot of things that have changed.
Yeah, Ken is
I
he
see.
has honed his technique for getting
Guys,
people on shows.
if I didn't just throw it out there, Ben might have said no, and we wouldn't have had this amazing kind of send-off stream, okay, guys? So appreciate it, all right? Trying to put in the work here.
You don't want your last memory
Okay.
being a perfect world event.
That was a good event. We gave it
No.
A minus, dude. Come on.
It was a good event.
Yeah, that event was. They had a red carpet and everything. That was good.
What, Perfect World?
Yeah. Was that the perfect? That was a perfect world minor, right?
Masters, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Dude,
a good.
Perfect
that was
World was the best event that I've been to in a really long time.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Bro, you were at Summit.
Yeah, like 2 months ago, Will.
Will.
and you told me at the after party that was the best event you'd ever been to in a really long
Oh,
time.
jeez.
So
What a suck up.
wow.
They're not mutually exclusive, you assholes.
You can have multiple best events.
Will, do you have a Ben story from Korea? Can you give us a Ben story from Korea? Tell us about him.
I
and
can
his
tell you
brother.
a story in what?
In general.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Aaron's
yeah.
the best. I like.
You're cutting out again.
Hold down the button,
Hello?
bro.
Hello.
Sorry, you guys are cutting down for me as well.
Oh. Sounds fine to me though.
Hello, can you hear me
Hello.
though?
We
Yes.
can hear you. Is your internet bad?
Okay. No, I think it's just Discord or whatever.
Their internet's not bad. I set it
Okay.
up.
One of your many handyman responsibilities.
set up
He
the
owns the
internet.
property as well, you know.
Fucking Ben. Zephyr was a good time. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, you guys
That
were
was-
successful.
Yeah, we had there was like a time when Ben got obsessed with Path of Exile.
Oh,
And he
man,
would sit
I
on his
played
computer.
So many games.
Yeah.
Dude, Will,
Ben,
I would have calls with you, and you'd be like, I don't know how to like get everyone to like practice.
Yo, before
You were, like,
this,
real
we were
frustrated.
trying to scrim, and it would be like me and one other person there. It's like, okay, we're scrimming at 10:30 p.m. or whatever. It would just be me and someone else. I'd be like, what the hell is happening? People would be sleeping, and I don't know.
Clubbing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of clubbing there.
There was a
Bevo-
lot of
Bevo-
clubbing.
Yeah.
a lot of late nights.
I mean,
I can tell the story
Kevin,
now.
Kevin
There's one
can't really
time
focus. You know,
we had to
sometimes.
play at like 10:30 a.m. and Bambo shows up the next day. Like, I told him like, yo, don't go clubbing tonight, and he went out, because Bambo's gonna do what the fuck he wants, and he shows up like an hour before our match.
Dude, Bambo's the type of person
Like,
if
literally
you
an
tell him
hour.
not to go clubbing, he will certainly go clubbing.
He is 1,000% going on. He showed up an hour before. I could smell the alcohol on him. I think he played like Tiny or something against Rave or some shit, and we just got bodied. Like,
I'm moving Cyborg Matt in. I
Yeah.
see him in the thing.
I sent him a
Oh
link.
shit.
Matt.
Oh, what's up?
Hello.
Hey.
What up?
Uh,
Hey, can you hear me? It's good.
what's up, dude? Do you have a Ben story for us?
I don't have a Ben story, but I do have Shanghai Major stories.
Oh, okay. That's
even
good enough.
better.
Yeah, we were,
Juicy.
yeah, hit us with
I
it.
was talking to Slacks. I don't know which one to pull out because like
There's so
only-
many.
Yeah.
So many
The
options.
smorgasbord. Hit us with one. Your best one.
okay. So we're playing the grand finals, right? It's super intense. We take the lead,
Mm-hmm.
and then before the final game, we asked the staff like, so is there any pyrotechnics or anything like that? And like there's some moderation, and like we were like waiting and waiting, and then like they come back and they say we don't know, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? You don't know if there's any pyro fucking techniques after your final? And they're like, yeah, sorry. So I told the players like, guys, just if
There
we
might
win,
be.
just stay in the booth.
Just hit the deck
Like,
after the match.
Just fucking dive off the stage. Like, I was like, be really fucking careful, guys. And then the kicker was like, so they go in the booth, they jump in the lobby, and then there's a message that comes through, and it's like, this is like the final nail, in the, and they say, oh, by the way, the trophy is a bit weak. It might snap in half. Just be careful if you. And we're like, what?
They didn't make the trophy though, right?
It was
Wasn't the
fake.
trophy like the?
The Shanghai Major Trophy was fake. It was like a fucking piece of 3D printed shit or something. Then stuck together with glue.
Oh my god.
All the
We
money
didn't
went to
know.
the presidential suite at the
Laughing.
hotel.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Not
They're like,
super
yeah, I'm
nice.
like, guys, right? Okay, when you look at the trophy, be super careful because, like, if it breaks, it's
Can
gonna
you
look
imagine
really.
if they just
fantastic,
like crushed
yeah.
it?
I wish that had happened.
That would've been so
Yeah, why'd you tell
Dude,
me
Well,
that-
you should have
Matt?
told them to like give it a good firm
What a
squeeze,
story.
man.
Can you just imagine that? It's like a fitting finale.
I know. It would've been
That would have been
perfect.
perfect.
We got more people coming in. So we don't have that much time. So I don't wanna like cut you off, but I'm just gonna throw people in
Oh,
here.
and Milk's
Sure,
in here
sure.
too.
Milk.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
man.
Hello, Jacob.
Hello.
Hello. Who?
I
So,
was, I was having a conversation with Slacks and Capitalist, and you guys just pulled me out of
yeah.
it.
Well, sorry. More important things. Ben's leaving. All right. What's going on?
Okay.
Tell us a Ben story.
Oh, Ben story. That was what I was just talking to them about.
All right, well, hit us the
How
story.
Ben has never done anything outrageous. I'm the outrageous one of the two of us.
Well, tell us a you story then.
Uh,
Sounds like.
Oh,
Do you
there's
have a
plenty of
milk
Jacob
story?
stories.
Give us a milk story.
I'm not gonna tell anything without his permission.
Milk, give us permission to tell a fun story.
Blanket permission, Jacob.
Oh my god.
There's a lot
Oh my
of milk
God.
stories.
You get a tier 3 permission. You can't say anything that is tier 1 or
He
tier 2.
doesn't know your tier list.
embarrassing.
What the fuck is a tier 3 story?
Oh.
I mean, there's so many
tier
tails
3
to
is the
go
most
from.
important. It's the most important tower, right? So,
Yeah.
Okay.
so tier
It's
3
the
is
highest,
tower.
the
highest
second
tower,
highest
so-
level permission.
There's tier 4 towers. You guys not even play?
Tier 3 is more
second
important than tier
highest,
4.
Second highest.
It's harder to
Okay,
it's easier to
Ben.
defend.
The first 2 stories you think of, don't tell those. And then with the third
Ben,
one,
think
you're
of the
okay.
most boring ones first.
Yeah. Ben, hit us with a milk story. Come on.
There's so many. I can't. I think I can't tell these. Like it's not even close.
Jacob, bring up one that he's allowed to tell. Just he's gonna leave. Come on, let him tell a funny one.
I told him the GTG exam one already.
The what? Okay, you could just go ahead.
I already did. I already told that one.
I'll do a Men in Black on all of you. Is this live?
No,
No, definitely not
it's
live.
pre-recorded, so we can
Okay.
edit it out.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Just come up with something.
yeah, go ahead. That's a blank slate. He can do anything. He's out of Dota now. He's managing.
He is a
fucking
Call of
Overwatch
Duty
team.
executive now.
No, he's doing shit.
Oh.
Milk Milk changes jobs every. He's gonna be like president soon.
He changes teams
He
more
keeps
than
going
Oh yeah, don't
Boba.
say anything that can hurt my political career.
All right.
I'm gonna overthrow Trump in 2024.
Oh, okay, got you.
Got it.
Thanks.
You have nothing, Ben. You don't.
I'm trying to think of an appropriate one.
Just tell the inappropriate one.
No.
Are you
It
waiting
doesn't
for
matter.
your sake telling it or for his sake?
His sake.
Okay.
I don't have anything that
Well,
involves me.
okay, tell a story about another
I'll
guy.
reminisce of Ben's Dota career while he thinks of something not too
'Cause
embarrassing.
everything is not safe for work or bad or whatever.
Yes.
He does so much shit that's man.
Yes.
We really need one of these. So, Jacob, you start it off then. Start off a story that if you start it off, he'll finish the story.
Well, the thing is, they're not embarrassing to me, right? So I can't even think of anything because everything I do, I feel like is above board. But everyone else seems to think it's horrendous.
I'm dragging Cap in here. I think. Where is
Oh man.
he? Cap. I
Ooh,
don't see
Cap's
you.
got a lot
He's
of them.
gone.
Cap
Cap's
probably has some
gone.
really good stories. Where's Cap?
He ditched.
Why did he ditch?
Matt
Get him
left.
in here.
Patch is coming.
Because-
Patch is out, guys. Whoa.
Is it out?
Patch is out.
Oh.
Is it?
No
All right,
battle
well,
pass.
it's nice knowing you, Ben.
Is it out?
Is it out?
I don't even know if it's out.
Join the battle.
No, that's the
No,
the
that's
main.
the old-
David's. Has Ben told you about the time I tried poaching him from you guys to come to join Dota?
I think
I
we're
think
aware.
in like passing, like I mean, I think it's saying we're
You guys
aware,
didn't
but I
need
don't
him. Join Dota's doing fine.
How did what was the join Dota pitch? What was the join Dota pitch to get Ben?
Well, basically the pitch was me.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't a great
thought
pitch.
Ben's love for me would be enough to make him move to Germany, but I
Dude, we live in fucking California.
I underestimated his love for sunshine.
Cap,
Yeah,
It's really
for
messed
any
up.
viewers who think that
Oh,
like
Cap's in
Jacob
here? Oh,
can't
Cap's in here.
possibly be like that arrogant, no, he actually believed repeatedly. He told me, "No, I'll definitely get Ben Wu to move to fucking Germany."
But and when
He
Ben
was
wouldn't
so
come,
confident about it.
and when Ben wouldn't
I
come
mean,
to you,
I got Blitz.
Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
Yeah.
You rented
That's true,
Blitz.
you
That was
got
a
Blitz.
lease.
Fucking ruined my life, dude.
He's still here. I forgot.
Jacob,
Blitz is
Jacob,
here?
I
He's
heard.
in the channel still.
Jacob, I heard. I never got confirmation that you guys were going to move the entire Join Dota operation here, since Ben wouldn't come to you.
Yeah, well, that was actually a thing for a while. I don't know what happened. I quit the company almost immediately after.
Ah, yes, the fabled U.S. studios that really kept us going, just kept us hoping that we'd leave.
Join Dota.
Cap,
story,
did
that's
you
probably
enjoy your
one of
time in
those.
Germany?
No,
Has not a single person
I did
that
not.
know
I
from
did not
Dota
enjoy
moved
my
there
time
has
in
stayed there.
Spandau.
No.
Well,
Everyone's
that
kinda
that's
miserable.
fair.
Spandau was an awful place.
So basically,
Oh, the patch
we
notes
lived in
are
a
out. Holy
suburb
shit.
to Berlin called Spandau.
Guys,
It was real bad.
I know this is fun, but the gameplay update is released. So can we read this?
That is way too short.
It's 7.09, right? Can we change that? Oh my God, it's wrong.
What, the countdown?
No, it says 7.08.
Here you go.
Flip
Pen.
it over.
Didn't you make those?
No,
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
pop
make it. I didn't make it.
Just it's wrong balloon. You need a new one. Need a Sharpie, guys.
We're fine. That's good enough. 7.0. Okay, whatever. All right, let's.
We did it.
Parker, you want to read it?
We're on yours. We were on yours. You've got it up.
Okay, so I will read it and you give me the analysis. 'Cause I'm bad.
Wait. You know why the patch came out?
Sorry.
Because Icefrog is watching this and he realizes how many embarrassing tales there are, and he's a friend, right? So
okay.
he just
You're a friend of
immediately
Icefrog's?
released.
I see.
Yeah, he clicked the red button.
Jacob made something about him.
Wow.
So I
Never heard that.
Oh God. Okay, let's read the patch, guys. Yay. Okay. So.
These are all bug fixes, I think.
Yeah. So should I just skip these or?
Huh?
Yeah. Skip.
Deliver gems if your inventory is full. Okay. This is updates to model. This is the chest, right? They increased the chest. Someone did the comparison.
New hero, Wind Rager.
Wind Rager. Wind Rager. What is that hero, guys? Do you guys know what Wind Rager is? Okay. I'm gonna skip this because this is all bugs.
Yeah.
Purge will cover this one. You can watch his thing if you want. 2 hours. So courier cost reduced from 200 to 50. Okay. Holy shit. That's actually
Big change.
pretty fucking huge.
200 is a fucking lot. That was miserable.
Starting gold is reduced to 600. Okay. Tangos now come with 3 and cost 90. It's good. I hated having to try and match a tango in the 125 is so much. Initial bounty rune now gives plus 40 gold to all heroes instead of 100 to that hero that picks it up. I think this is probably to encourage.
Doesn't matter who picks it up now. It's like everyone gets gold.
Killing a neutral camp stack now gives bonus 15% gold bounty to a hero that stacked it. What?
What?
No bonus is given to if the stack is cleared by enemy or the hero that stacked it.
New audio is played.
New bonus given if the stack is cleared by an enemy or the hero. So if you stack it yourself, you don't get the bonus.
Dude, I'm just going to be stacking all day. Let's go.
So basically,
you can farm the jungle.
That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy. 15%
15%'s not a lot, but it's still something. For
that
support,
shit adds
you know?
up.
Yeah, that's words.
For ancients, it's
Dude,
huge.
if you stack ancients like 4 times, dude, that's a lot of gold.
I mean, well, you get like 800 gold. It's only 100 gold then. A bit over 100 gold.
Guys, you're missing the
100 is more than 0.
You gotta do the
infinite
math
more.
on this, you know.
You're missing the most important part. There's literally a sound effect to like reward you emotionally for. your
That's bounty
stacking.
runes in a nutshell.
trying to
Ooh,
get
candy. Go and grab these.
Oh, yeah, dude, supports.
No, the actual gold amount's not that much, but it's still nice.
Tier 1 mid lanes are now a bit closer to the river. Okay. Remove the tree
I like the odd. Why don't they just give us a
to the
picture?
top right of the blue crystals near the ancients.
Alright, we're gonna load up Dota
Of
to
course,
see
there's no
this.
picture. It's just
Rip tree.
there's a fucking. It's a description of where it is. Okay. Range creep attack acquisition range reduced from 800 to 600. Is that where you're waiting by the lane and it just like sees
it messes with those pools.
Okay.
And
Dude,
what
there's
often would happen is the
Okay,
if you have,
I don't
a
see
ward, the
the
range
most
creep
important
is
part is
Where's
missing.
everything else?
Where's
Shanghai
the
Major.
Scrolling
Right
down.
there.
Scrolling
Shanghai
down.
Major.
Where's the
I'm scrolling down. Where's
the Zeus?
Where's
is
the Zeus?
ceremonially renamed to Merlini.
the hell?
Wow.
Maybe it's
Wow.
it's really long page, so like maybe it's at the bottom. No. There's. Why is it so long?
Maybe it's in gray text.
Why is it?
Could be an
oh,
Easter egg.
I'm trying to hide.
Click
no.
and drag, Ken.
I'm trying to highlight it. Oh, dude, this is why we need you here. You can't leave, dude. Look at this.
Ben with
I
the
think this is a
select all
confirmation
skills.
of Valve employing Ben.
What the fuck? Okay. Well. Guys.
Did Ben think
trying
of his Jacob story yet?
No, I was.
We
engrossed
have
by
bought a
past
lot of
ones.
time for you, Ben.
Don't you have some Jacob stories, Cap? You actually
Cap, tell us one.
worked at the same place with him for a while.
Actually, Cap is a sinful character like myself, so I'd rather not that Cap gets involved in this.
Dude, Austin,
will.
he's
Let's
not
not
your
have that
boss
duel,
anymore. You can tell us everything.
The only story I could think of is definitely not appropriate, so it's all on you, Ben.
That didn't stop
What,
us
can
from
you-
telling
can
the
you tell
Echo
us the-
story.
Tell us the title of the story and see if Milk says yes or no. Just like what is it of? Give us
It's about what happened right before ESL 1 Ginting.
Milk.
Definitely not.
Yes or no?
He's probably laughing and has his mic covered right now.
his mic
I know
muted?
it. I know
No.
it.
He just left.
Milk. Is he gone?
I think he just
I just-
immediately.
I'm not giving him permission for that one.
I just remember him being like sick and
Wait, what?
not
Sorry.
a part of that event.
He wanted to tell a story of what happened right before ESL won Genting.
No, I said I do not want to tell that story.
Can we tell that story, Milk?
Gent?
He can't even remember.
He doesn't even remember.
It couldn't
Oh,
have been that
that's
bad,
right.
you
God.
know?
I mean, Frankfurt was pretty bad, but Genting?
No, after you finish the
Put
the
it back on the
defense,
camera, by
Danish
the way.
TV.
Oh yeah, but that was
And then we went to
Frankfurt.
coaching, I
That was
See, that was
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt. Yeah.
Oh yeah, can I tell? Actually,
Tell the
I'm
story.
gonna
Just-
message this to you.
No, tell it. This is. We don't have time. He's gonna
Guys,
leave.
Ben is leaving
Just tell
in like
the fucking story. God,
10 minutes.
Is the story
he's
about me?
leaving in like 10 minutes.
No,
9
it's
minutes.
not about Bendo.
I give permission for you to tell the story about Jacob.
Yeah, do it. He's leaving. God, if you're ever gonna tell it, now is the time. Okay. We got 10 minutes. We got to move on. Let's go.
Veggies TI8.
8 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep
I'm
on
gonna-
giving.
My favorite for time, since we're filling for time here, my favorite times with Ben actually involved all the times that we went to the casino.
Oh,
Ben's
man.
a great gambler to
A
go
great
with.
gambler. What
Because
do you
he's
mean by
always
that?
upbeat. He's never salty about losses, and he taught me craps. So
Who's the worst gambler?
I remember.
that's what I'm actually gonna.
Remember your guys' craps? That was great.
Just bad luck.
We lost so much money so quickly, and I had so much fun.
Yeah, Ben. I still have those PayPal transactions from you.
Don't remind me.
Oh God. Did you know that Venmo actually shows your public transactions?
Oh, I have a story. Oh man.
I can see Ziori asking for power money from Mott in my Venmo feed.
What?
Did you know that?
Why is it public?
I don't know. It's default public.
Dude, I have to tell
So,
you the story from
Mott, pay your power bill.
I have
at
to
the
tell you the
Moonduck
story
house.
that we had about us gambling. So it was me, Cap, and a few other people at one of the events. What was this? It was the ESL One Masters in Manila, and my parents were in Taiwan at the time because my mom's a teacher, so she has the summers off, and she was in Taiwan at the time. She's like, "Oh, I want to see what you do," and I've been casting for like 4 years at this point. And she finally says, "Oh, I want to see what you do. Might be a good time for us to go." So ESL or the Masters, they were actually Manila Masters. They were actually nice enough for us to have our own hotel room. So I actually let my mom and my dad stay in my hotel room, and I stayed with Cap because Cap was nice enough. Thanks, Cap, to let me stay with him. And so my parents were there at the event. They actually went one day, saw me cast. But my mom was wandering around one day, and after one of the days, we had finished really early. So we went downstairs. We were gambling. We were playing blackjack. It was like me, Jack, I don't know, some other people that aren't integral to the story. And my mom actually walks on the casino floor, and she walks right next to me, like on the table. And
Yeah.
she's a traditional Asian mom who just disapproves of
Gambling.
gambling amongst many other things.
Okay.
She doesn't really approve of
Associating
gaming.
with Danes and
Well, friends are okay.
Yeah.
But she heavily disapproves gambling, and she walks right next to me and right behind me, and she doesn't actually see me there. But I was like, oh man, it's my mom. Am I gonna just really just like see her not say hi? So oh hey, what's up, mom? She sees me gambling, and she just like flips out, and I'm like, oh man, I kind of knew this was gonna happen, but I didn't want to say nothing to my mom. So
she yelling
anyways,
at you?
she didn't yell at me. She just, reprimanded me in that Asian mom type of thing. So, anyways, Jack's there, and Jack is fluent in Mandarin, and normally that's a really good thing. So if someone speaks Mandarin fluently, they're like, oh man, he's in good company. He's gonna learn more Chinese. He's gonna be in more touch with the culture. So it's like I thought this was supposed to be a good thing that Jack was like trying to console my mom, and he kept telling her like, oh, he's really good at what he does. Oh, he doesn't do this all the time. It's only because we're finished early and there's nothing else to do. Blah blah blah. And he keeps telling. This actually goes on for about 30 minutes at the table. So all of them gambling, and then Jack
She
and
just
my mom.
ran into you at the table.
Yes,
Oh my
Jack
God.
and my mom are just not really arguing. She's like very disapproving, and he's like trying to make her approve. And we actually go to a different table. and my mom kind of like wanders off, and then she wanders back, and they still keep talking. This is probably another hour or so.
They're talking.
But
for
you're
an
gambling
hour?
the whole
Yes.
time. You
You're
continue
gambling
to
while
gamble.
they're arguing.
I'm like casually talking, speaking with thing, speaking with. This is pretty recent too. This was
This is
I
like-
don't know.
This
less
is
than a
like
year
the
ago.
monk. This is made for the monkus.
And then
Face. He's gambling. He's just like, oh my.
and then eventually we all finish. We're all tired. We all have to work or do something, and we go back. And I'm on the first game the next day, and we need to take the shuttle over. And Jack's also on that shuttle, so it's me, my mom, my dad, and Jack in the lobby at like 6:45 or 7 a.m. in the morning, and we're all supposed to take the shuttle over. And then, I thought most of this had blown over by then. And, there's like some light chat. My dad's just standing there, just like snickering, just like laughing at Jack, trying to talk to my mom. And Jack's like, oh no, it's the same thing. It's like, oh no, don't worry, he doesn't do this all the time. And then she's like, oh, so what do you guys usually do when you're like in China or other places? Oh, he's like, oh no, don't worry, usually we don't do this. We just go to the LAN center and just play Dota all night. And she's like, oh, that's even worse. And I was just like, oh. And before this, Jack had claimed that he was really good with parents. So I was like, oh yeah, sure, yeah. Talk to my mom, schmooze her up, and it was just the worst. Never.
He should have said you were like,
Don't trust
studying
Jack.
for
What-
your
what
studying
could
for
she
your
have said,
MCATs at
though?
night.
What could he have said? That
He's studying for his MCATs in his free time.
studying.
I don't know. Visit the local cuisine. Go to the library. Anything else.
The
but
library?
Staying up all night and playing video games. Are you kidding me?
Library.
That was like, oh man, that's like my mom's personal hell right there.
So
Oh, Jack. What a disaster.
I wish Jack was on this call. He has some stories. That guy. Good. So when did the patch come out, guys? Do we have a
timer?
10 minutes ago?
14 minutes ago, it looks like.
14 minutes? So it was at noon exactly. So our patch countdown stream will count down to noon exactly every time.
For
or
next time.
Next
If they're
time.
late,
Okay.
they'll be
So
here.
we're nearing our end of our time with Ben here. So do we yeah, this is sad. Do you guys have I told both of you guys to prepare a speech, so
Oh,
shit.
no. I don't
a
want a
speech?
speech.
you want a speech, Ben? Gorman?
LD wasn't planning on being on the show, I think, until an
No,
hour
I'm
ago.
just kidding. I didn't say that, but anyone got anything this is he's got a card. We have our memento.
We're losing a legend today. you know?
Yeah.
We're losing
Uh
the pioneer of jungle stacking and
Now,
I'm
man,
jungling.
I could have gotten gold.
Yeah.
I could have gotten 15% extra gold from all those jungle stacks.
yeah, you could have stacked for people.
maybe that was their way of paying tribute to you, Ben.
Man, sad.
That's the hidden Merlini shout out.
I got this Fast and Furious song ready. we
Ben, I'd like to thank you for all my Dota 1 success.
What? Don't think
You should have stuck with me. You should have stuck with me in Dota 2, and maybe I would have won some. Feels bad.
You didn't convince me.
Will you come back for Artifact, Ben?
Likely.
Ben, are you gonna watch TI this year?
I don't see why not.
Are you going to be at TI?
I don't know.
Do you have
Am I
any
gonna be
events?
a
Ben,
that-
you're actually
I don't
gonna go to TI, right? Like, even if you don't work it, you're still gonna go to TI, right?
You're in Seattle.
Likely.
Come on.
Well, if we visit Seattle, shouldn't we? If you guys get invited to TI, if anyone goes, we should visit and do a IRL stream with what Ben doing. Just stream them just deving, you know.
You're
Just
not
typing.
allowed to film in the Valve offices.
He's not going to Valve, guys.
You guys are so trolly.
He's not. He said.
I like
in
how
the
you're
thing,
in on
I'm
it too.
not-
First it was Ken. Actually, it was Jacob. Jacob was on there first. He like tweets me. He's like, "This is his grand scheme." Did you see his tweet? I don't know. Where is Jacob even here?
You can't fool
Jacob, are you
me,
here still?
yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Do you have any last words to say to Ben? You're never gonna see him again.
What?
Do you have any last words to say? I told you to prepare a speech.
I said that you were the main conspirator of me working at Valve based on your tweet.
Well, we applied for the same job, and they told me you got it.
Will,
What up,
you got anything to say? Any
Ben?
goodbyes?
You're the best. I'll literally see you all the time, anyways, because you're dating Grace. But you wrote me a letter before I left for Zephyr that I didn't get to read, but I read it after we lost my first game in Korea, and I was really emo. And I read that letter, and it made me feel a whole lot better. Thank you for that. I will truly
No
never
problem.
forget that. You've been great, future brother-in-law. Can't wait to see what you do next.
Wow.
Damn.
It's got real quick.
Well, you know.
Visit your mom more often.
You little shitter.
All right. Let's wind this up. I don't want to keep Ben too long. Ben, do you have anything, even short, that you want to say to the fans? That probably look at this. You got a lot of support here. So.
Well, we couldn't have done it without all the fans. I actually like the fans in Dota. I've meddled in some other games, and they just seem like real pieces of shit, I think, compared to all the people that I met in Dota.
Oh my god.
And I don't know. The standard's pretty high. We all like the Dota people. We all like the game. We're kind of spoiled, I think. We have really good people behind Dota, both working on it, watching it, playing it. So don't take it for granted. Nothing lasts forever.
Ben, it was a pleasure. As someone that we met a while ago, you've always been a good friend. I remember coming to a summit and just hanging out, and you saw me, and you made a setup for me to play games on without even me asking you. And that's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me at a summit. Thank you. Yeah, it was great. You guys have anything to close out the stream with?
Jesus. I mean, 5 years ago, was it 6 years ago, we brought you out to LA to do a little casting.
Dude, we
didn't
we
really
grinded.
didn't know what to expect. It turned into a lot of casting. We had some like crazy days, crazy nights. Cast Daily Aware Cup for like 8 hours. 2-hour break, cast some other event. I can't even remember, Corsair something or other at this point.
Yeah. 4 a.m. Denny's.
4 a.m. Denny's. Yeah, a lot of 4 a.m. Denny's.
Repeatedly.
We moved to the new house. We had cats come and go, people enter and leave. But you've always been a good friend, great caster, and we're gonna miss you, bud.
We'll see you around, man.
Yeah, we'll miss you, Ben.
Thank you for tuning in, guys. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the next patch. This wasn't really about the patch, but I'm sure we'll find something to talk about last time. This show was great. Thank you. I'm glad everyone that tuned in
Thanks
sent
for
us
tuning in,
questions.
guys.
Thank you, everyone. See you next time.
Hashtag
Bye.
production value.
Bye.
I got this, guys. Don't worry.
You got it?
No fucking clue.